Hello? Sorry. Need to add more tags. Okay. Save. Let me go to left control room. Okay. Save. Let me go to left control room. Okay. It's time to do this. We're gonna go do a 4, X, 7, and 8. The Curatorium of Secrets. I also got food here. So I'm gonna like sometimes mute myself to just like eat. And then I have to like speak and then with food in my mouth. A rope traveler has to fucking talk. Did I do my battle pass? Yeah. Okay. Getting straight into it. That's a lizard. Asher, kill it. Oh, it's gone.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Yep, all ready. How about you two? Green and good to go?
Hyman's ready.
I'm ready too. Okay, can we go over the agenda again?
Haha, feeling nervous? Don't blame you. We're all a little out of our depth with this one. Okay, so some time ago, Columbina was ambushed by the Doctor. It all happened pretty fast, and the last thing you saw was her vanishing into the moon's reflection.
Yes, though at the time all that the rest of us saw was the Doctor using some kind of power. The next moment, Columbina had disappeared, and you were falling into the sea.
We have to get Columbina back. And whatever the Doctor's plan is in seizing the Three Moons Authority, we have to stop him before he succeeds.
The Frost Moon Scions consider it our duty to rescue the Moon Goddess. I wasn't expecting so many others to come to our aid. So I want you to know that you have our utmost gratitude.
Well,
Great. Well, first things first.
I mean, like, we all have to be in this together, or else we all technically die.
Wait.
Someone's here. We heard your footsteps. Although...
You've been here for a while now. I take it you followed the Traveler, but I don't sense any ill intent in you.
What?
Come on.
Oh. I thought this was someone we knew.
I figured it wouldn't take you long to notice me.
The Knave's subordinate.
I come bearing news from my lady, the Knave.
Dottore went through the motions of returning to Snezhnaya, but it was obviously a facade. However, he has not returned to the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau, nor has he made an appearance in Nasha Town.
Well, in that case, he'll be in his lab way up north. I always wondered why he applied for his own private pad. He was planning this all along.
Tell them that Sandrone and I will go on ahead. If they still intend to pursue this matter, they should meet us at the research center in the northern tip of Nod-Krai.
Nice of Columbina's two best friends to think of us. We appreciate the heads up. Our sincere thanks to the Fatui for your aid.
Lady Damselette may have left our organization, but at least some of her colleagues remain genuinely concerned for her well-being. Not to mention that the Doctor's increasingly cryptic conduct gives us great cause for alarm. We have crossed swords many times before, but it's not personal. We're just on different sides. We don't lack humanity. And so, as fellow friends of Lady Damselette, it's only right that you should be in the know about this.
Arlecchino's situational awareness has saved us a lot of trouble.
Sorry, I dropped a piece of fruit on the floor, so I had to like pick it up and eat it. That's why I paused. Sorry.
I'll leave the map here with you. If you do decide to head to the research center, please proceed with caution. And remember, at least while you're in Nod-Krai, Lady Arlecchino's subordinates are your comrades if you want them to be.
This is very accommodating of you. We can't thank you enough.
Just doing my duty. I shall take my leave now. If you need us, you'll find us at the Experimental Design Bureau.
So, the doctors left the Experimental Design Bureau and headed to some research center up north.
Marionette seems to think he's been planning this for a long time. But when did it start? Before he even arrived in Nod-Krai?
It seems his loyalty to the Tsaritsa is lip service at most. Behind the scenes, he may even be working against her.
Whatever his motives, we know that he's decisive and incredibly ruthless. Facing him unprepared would be a recipe for disaster.
At this stage, it's difficult to predict his next steps. I suggest we split into two groups. We need some people to stay behind and guard Nasha Town.
Well, as much as I'd love to help, infiltrating research labs isn't really my area of expertise. But at least take Cool Your Jet's Ducky with you. It should be some help during the battle.
Call your Jets
And as for
Ducky!
Miss Anefa, I suppose you will stay to protect Miss Aino?
Detecting operational logic. Protect Dino. Priority. High.
Just in case, Servarka, I think it would be best if you stayed behind as well. You can leave the research center to us.
I mean, I would have said the Knight of Berea should probably be out on the front line, but okay, fine. Leave Nasha Town to me. Be careful out there, okay? If things get out of hand, fall back right away.
Yehoda will be on hand to assist you. In my absence, she can handle any intel gathering work.
You got it, boss. You guys make sure to get back here in one piece, all right?
One
We
Piece!
will.
Things are moving fast. We'd better head off soon if we hope to keep pace.
This is gonna be a very dangerous mission. Paimon, you should stay behind to help everyone here.
So, it's infiltrate a secret research facility, or... Yeah, alright. Paimon will help out here instead. Sounds like it's gonna be a pretty intense fight.
We all have to bring our A game here. So, anything you need to wrap up before we leave?
Note, while the Archon quest is in a special phase, certain systems and functions will be unavailable. To ensure you have the best experiences, recommend you experience the next part of the story when you have ample time to complete it. I heard that this takes 7 to 8 hours, but I feel like you get breaks, right? A few things, actually.
Okay. Well, we'll be good to go as soon as you're ready.
Let's talk to... Is everyone here, or is it just Nefer? Okay, it's just Nefer.
We all have to bring our A game here. So, anything you need to wrap up before we leave?
It's good to go.
Then you'd better get going.
Very well.
My eyes is bright and white.
All these broken machines on the ground. Someone got here before us. Could it be Arlecchino and Sandrone?
She broke her own robots? She doesn't seem like the type that would. Why is this robot like clipped into the wall? Okay. Enter facility. This is a domain. Oh, what kind of fucking team is this, bro? Oh, yeah. Oh, we have Hydra Traveler. Okay, cool. We got Hydra Traveler. I was like, oh, bro, we don't have any Hydra characters. But then I realized we don't have Ino in the story. We don't have... Are these guys all C3? They're all C3. And what I hate about Llama's thing is that literally her skill makes her a healer. I thought that she would do this at C0, but no, she doesn't. Does she not heal? No. I thought she was a healer, but only when you have her at C1. That's very, like... I thought she was a default healer. But no, she's just a resistor. Unless you have her at C1. Okay. It's a good thing they gave us Hydro Traveler. To have us, like, build a team around lunar reactions. Okay. Torre really just kills all his colleagues, huh? Whoa.
That's quite a welcome party.
Use skill and elemental first. Where's Ducky? Where the f is Ducky?
Observe. Be silent.
Oh, he's just their default. Yo, that's fucking sick, bro. Hell yeah, cool your jets, Ducky. Look at him spin. Okay, this is probably a cutscene.
Get back! I said get back! Do you hear me?
Monsters.
Why isn't it working? No! Don't come any closer! Don't!
I feel bad, bro. Bro, these guys were like our enemies for like 3 nations. And now we're like, okay, they're our allies. Don't worry, we just got here to save you. Hopefully you didn't die yet, right?
Forest, protect.
Wipe out!
Wipe out. Wiping all out.
You poor soul. May your spirits find peace.
Grab that key on the ground. We'll probably need it at some point.
I wish we could have saved you, man. Can we take his gun? Any secrets I should know about? Probably not. Bam!
Watch out.
There's no way through. Let's go around.
Yo, just free energy. Energy. Okay. Damn, I really have to make C1 Llama a priority if I want to have her as a healer. Did I miss a chest? I feel like I missed something. I shouldn't have missed something, right? Well, it's like they would make symbols and they're only there in fights during these types of segments, right? Yo, Fatu guy.
Trespassers. Here? What's wrong with you people?
We're looking for the doctor, and we understand he might be here. I see you're fleeing the facility.
He's a subordinate.
You looking to settle a score with a doctor? Good luck with that. I don't think you have many chances left.
Perhaps. But you might have a chance to live if you start talking.
2 other Harbingers had the same idea as you. They're already inside. But what good is it gonna do? The doctor wouldn't do something like this unprepared.
Seems to me that you're not too thrilled about being his subordinate. Also, is it just me, or do I sense monsters nearby? If you'd prefer their company to ours, that can easily be arranged.
We need to know what the doctor is up to. Please, if you know anything at all, tell me. This is about more than us versus the doctor. His actions could have consequences for all of Nod-Krai, and perhaps even your homeland, Snezhnaya.
Bro talks in more cutscenes?
He's building something. Ambitious doesn't even begin to describe it. Feels like this could be the big one. God knows how long he's been planning it. A while back, he told us he'd be returning to Snezhnaya. We weren't expecting him back so soon. This time he brought some gemstones with him, or something. 2 of them.
The moon marrow spheres. He stole them from their rightful owner, Columbina.
Oh, Lady Damselette? Last I heard, she left the Fatui. Before she went, she told us she'd finish what Her Majesty asked of her, and wished to focus on some personal matters. I remember thinking that leaving us might not be the best choice. I mean, I always looked up to the captain the most, and...
Oh, he's dead now.
Started, the higher-ups dispatched 3 units to Nod-Krai to execute their plan. They were led by the Doctor, Marionette, and the Damselette, respectively. I was a part of the Damselette's unit to begin with. She never really interacted with us much. In fact, she seemed sort of detached from everything. Not because she was distracted, just felt like she was indifferent to the world around her. like she had no stake in anything that happened. She always seemed like she was staring off into the distance. Almost as if she didn't see anything worth living for in the present, so she had to look further afield. That's right. She always used to stare up at the sky. The doctor used to stand nearby and watch her. Apparently they got along well at first, but somewhere along the way, she grew wary of him, started avoiding him as much as possible. After she left, everyone in our unit merged with the doctors. He's similarly indifferent to the world, except when it comes to the moons. He seems to have big plans for them. Right now, obtaining the 3 moons is his #1 priority. He even said if he can only get his hands on 2 of them, he'll create a 3rd one himself.
How would he create an artificial moon marrow? Maybe the knowledge he gained from the Hyperborean phantoms has something to do with it.
Thank you for cooperating. We appreciate the level of detail.
I get the sense that you'd serve under Columbina again if you had the chance. Would that be fair?
No, she's no longer a harbinger. As a member of the Fatui, my loyalty will always belong to the Tsaritsa. I'm only telling you all this because I don't completely trust the doctor. His actions do not align with the goals that first brought us to Nod-Krai.
I understand. We'll do everything within our power to stop him. The Knave's unit is based at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau. Maybe you can seek refuge with them.
Well,
Him talking feels so out of place.
artificial moon marrow. He's likely well on the way to completing it. Dottore's technological capabilities are far more advanced than I thought.
I fear this could get ugly. Everyone, prepare yourselves.
Look for the doctor. Ducky, go.
You careless lad.
Observe.
Can't hide the truth.
Whoa. Oh, someone died there. I didn't see him. Damn. Another guy died.
Close your eyes.
Nope.
Leave this.
No more lies.
Let's see what you're made of.
Need the healing. This place looks abandoned already. Do they just have natural greenery in this place? Okay. Oh, chest! Yippee. More primos for gambling. Well, I didn't mean to fall. Well, her green is like more bluish, kind of. Oh, is this a boss? This looks like a boss. Oh, he's here.
Welcome, one and all. I've been expecting you. I hope my humble research facility is to your liking.
Yeah, we really appreciated fighting our way in through a horde of monsters.
The gall. You expect us to believe you've just been patiently waiting for us?
Of course I have. Should I be worried about something? Everything seems to be going quite smoothly so far, and you've shown up right on schedule. First Sandrone and Arlecchino, now you. Ah, quite a surfeit of guests I've had today.
Where are they? Where are Sandrone and Arlecchino?
If you were looking for them, I should probably mention that Arlecchino disappeared as soon as she entered the facility. As for Sandrone, why, she stood right here only moments ago demanding answers from me at the top of her voice. Hardly out of character. She never was one for basic courtesy. But I have to admit, I was a little surprised to see her showing concern for someone besides herself. Does everyone you associate with undergo such a change in temperament? Speaking as a researcher, I have to say, it is not a change for the better. It threatens one's ability to remain objective.
Where is Sandrone?
Well, since you ask...
Did you put her in that cube?
So you've got your hands on the moon marrow, and now you're claiming godhood. Don't you think that's a bit of a stretch, Dottore?
I must protest what you are insinuating with that phrase, claiming godhood. I am not claiming anything. I am stating a fact. You're a researcher. I'm sure you appreciate the distinction between the two.
Huh? Wait, you really think you're all that? You'll excuse me if I'm not being a polite little lady for you. We're colleagues. We both know what kind of person you are.
By the same token, I knew you'd respond along those lines. You and I both understand that facts speak louder than words. To that end, I've had my people send you a small gift. It should go some way toward helping you understand my present position.
What gift? Where have all your troops gone?
Who knows? Perhaps they are already marching toward a new world, following in the footsteps of an unknown god. As vulgar and arrogant as you may be, dear Sandrone, I have no intention of taking out my displeasure on your subordinates. They will enjoy equal rights to my own.
You sent your people to the Experimental Design Bureau? That's a Tsaritsa's property.
Yes, and I am very mindful of Her Majesty's instructions. But you know full well that they do not conflict with my present goals. In which case, all I'm doing is conducting another one of my experiments. Is there a problem with that? Now then, you have a judgment call to make. Am I simply lying to stall you? Or is it possible that every word I am saying is the truth? In which case, your subordinates really are in danger.
Aren't technically, like, if his subordinates attack her subordinates, wouldn't that make every single person on the Torres lineup a traitor?
So now you've turned on fellow Fatui soldiers. You're completely insane.
I have set a new rule for myself. Each person gets one chance. Naturally, that includes you, Sandrone. If you wish to leave, I won't stop you. We are colleagues, after all.
Scumbag!
Still, I hadn't counted on Sandrone sparing any thought for the people of this world. Shame. I always found her self-centeredness to be one of her few better qualities.
She's a nice
How
person!
can she ever hope to achieve greatness when she's so obsessed with protecting her little design bureau?
Protect about the
It's
people!
more than a little disingenuous to speak of achieving greatness while taking hostages. Or does honor no longer mean anything to you?
Honor? I have the marrow of 2 moons in my possession and will soon complete the construction of a 3rd. I will be the god of a new world. And you speak to me of honor? How charmingly naive.
Those are sacred relics. You do not deserve them.
In my view, many in this world do not deserve to be alive. And yet, I mercifully permit them to go on living, do I not?
You'll come to regret your actions.
Will I now? Let's see if you can make me.
Does this make it mean Dotori's playable if he has that idle animation? Well, he is hella tall!
Forest, protect it. For the everlasting forest.
The law sleep Be silent. Observe.
Come on, rubber ducky.
Leave this place.
Those lasers seem very scary.
Can't hide the truth. The deception ends here. Time to come clean.
An exact practice.
Yo, Arlecchino! Let's fucking go. Yo, she's in my party now. Fuck yeah.
You're clearly here to destroy my research, not me.
I'd say your research is more valuable than your life. Am I wrong?
Wipe out!
Yeah. The mystery unravels.
Your actions betray your fear of me.
Forest, protect us.
Where am I supposed to hit? I'm not used to this lineup.
Water jet!
Close your eyes.
With one heart, we pray. Leap.
Overruled. Witness my rise.
Witness her rise.
Transfixed.
How's this?
How's this?
Oh, be silent. The night resting.
For the everlasting forest.
Bombs away!
Get lost.
Water jet!
You poor lost lamp.
You won't feel a thing.
It all adds up.
Forest,
No more love. Overruled.
Water jet!
by the frost man of
I just realized I don't have
Nod-Krai is too powerful with the artificial moon marrow in his arsenal. Fighting him is futile. Quickly.
What now? Oh shit, what the fuck am I? What the hell is happening? Oh, cutscene?
Let's go.
I've always thought it is wiser to flee than surrender.
Watch out! What the?
Bro, what? Why?
Forget about me! You should...
Where's the traveler?
It's gonna be a 1v1. No. Oh, saving. Oh, that's new.
What just happened? Nasha Town? How did I get here? Strange. I remember being trapped by Dottore during the battle. And now all of a sudden, I'm here. Something weird is going on. I guess I'll start by exploring the area.
Huh? Traveler? What brings you here at this hour?
Huh?
What are you in the mood for today? A hot dog? Or something else? We've got some special discounts at the moment. Want to see the menu?
Sorry, I'm not hungry right now.
Oh.
Ah. Well, feel free to take a seat for now. Let me know if you change your mind.
Why is she being nice to me?
Everyone seems to be acting normal. Am I just overthinking?
Oh, darling, look who it is. One of our regular customers. Get the travelers something to eat, would you, dear?
Wait, why is he talking like that?
Well, I'd love to, but can't serve a customer unless they order something. Anyway, I take it your business is wrapped up?
Yes, thankfully. It was a long trip, and it's left me feeling pretty exhausted. But the upshot is, I won't have to leave again for a good while. We can have some quality time to ourselves.
Wait, these two are a couple? I see some kids around too. I didn't know they had a family.
Hey there! I haven't seen you in ages! What's keeping you so busy? I've been looking forward to playing with you again.
Have we met? Wait, why is this like the one time he doesn't speak?
You forgot already? You're silly. Daddy brought you over to our house recently. We had some snacks together.
What is she talking about?
We've had a lot of customers over the last few days, so we've been real busy. And like my mom always says, some people are more than just customers. They're friends. Oh, another customer's arrived. I better go see what they want.
This is all wrong. I never once heard the owner of this restaurant talk about their family. It certainly isn't a family-run business. And that child? I don't recognize her at all. Could this be a false memory?
Or a dream?
Very good. I knew you had it in you.
Dottore?
Aren't you going to try the house special?
When did he show up? No. None of this is real.
You don't seem to like it here. That's fine. We can change venues.
What? What the hell is happening? This is a 2D cutscene. Oh, that's a loading screen?
I'm still alive. Where is this place? It took all my strength to open the moon gate, and then I leapt into it. So this is the moon's reflection? The mysterious realm beyond the gate? I can't sense anything. I guess I could try opening the gate once more. No response. Maybe this space can't be opened from inside. If this was the space that killed both Revier and his lover, then why am I unscathed?
How did the space kill them? Oh, probably starvation.
I'm not unscathed. Even the air here feels frozen in place.
Oh, they suffocated?
There is nothing here with which I can restore my power. I should conserve my strength and proceed with caution. I don't believe Dottore's scheming will stop just because I escaped. If there is any chance that I can get back to the others, any chance at all, I must return.
And that's how they transition to gameplay.
Silence. What is this place? Or maybe the real question is, what is it for? What's this? Looks like it responds to my power.
Oh, she moves faster now. Use your power to interact with the mysterious phenomena. Try using a charge attack.
Golden. Like Kuvaki. Is it some sort of guide? And why does it feel so familiar? I might as well follow it.
Oh, I was supposed to walk towards it. I like her little, like, skipping.
Where does this lead? Could it be the exit?
Wait, that's her walking animation? Enter the world in the mirror. This looks like a memory. A traveler on winter's night. Oh, this is the Moon Prayer Night.
Moon Goddess.
Is this Nasha Town? But isn't Moon Prayer Night over already?
Can I talk to some of the NPCs? Can't. The
Goodbye
Dodoko
for now,
thing.
Columbina. I hope you have a wonderful night.
I will. Everyone else. And me? Are these my memories?
The frog! Look at him.
I can't touch them. It's as if we're separated by some impenetrable power.
I like how when they blink, it's just they just squish their eyes. She just phased through that girl.
These memories pass right through me. Just like when I disappeared. If only I had known what would come to pass after that. Even so, I should still take a look around. Just being back here, it gives me the strength to keep going.
Explore the world around the mirror. Can I talk to Dory?
Welcome home, Moon Goddess.
Oh.
Oh, you're the genuine article. Alice was right. This Moon Prayer Night was worth watching after all.
Oh, yes. That was the fortune-telling stall run by Barbaloth from the Hexen Circle.
Oh, I can run now. There's me in pyro form. Yippee. Don't tell me I have to go through the whole, like...
Please, draw the first lunar arcana.
No!
This represents destiny and is the foundation for the divination as a whole.
My destiny. I believe the card I drew was the moon.
The moon.
Now that I think about it, Barbaloth's divination was absolutely right. It's almost time to draw the last card. The one that represents the future.
No, it's death, right?
That was the card that popped out on its own. From here, I think. Kuvaki Pulse? What?
Fascinating. I've never encountered this before in my role as a diviner.
Wait, so did she from the future just draw her own card for her in the past?
What's going on? Did that card leave the deck? Because of my influence?
But that's not
All I did
possible.
was try to touch it, and then...
That messes up with the timeline.
Maybe this memory space is not untouchable after all. Are there weak points in the barrier?
How does this work with the timeline?
Is it possible that there's more to this space than my memories alone?
This card is death.
I need to get to the bottom of this. I'll try touching something else. Is this the wind? No, it's gravity. It's pulling me outwards. No, Traveler.
Wait, she really calls out my name for that? Huh. She looks like she's having fun. That's such a cool loading screen. We're back. We lost the Traveler. We don't know what happened to him. He's probably dead. Oh, she faces away.
Hyman, listen to me. From the bottom of our hearts, we are so sorry. We completely understand how you must feel. The Traveler is trapped, and we all feel responsible for it.
Don't say that. Hyman's not a little kid. You didn't leave him behind on purpose. There was nothing you could do. He's all alone in there. What if something happens to him? What are we gonna do then? We've barely spent any time apart since we met. Is he gonna die?
What?
We must find a way to rescue him. We were all involved in the operation where he was captured, and we do not abandon our comrades. That being said, it won't be easy. Through conversation with the others on our return, we've arrived at a basic idea of what we're up against. Dottore lab has clearly been in operation for a lot longer than we realized. We found many monster samples stored there. In all likelihood, they were materials he used to research his latest technology. We also know that through his contact with the phantoms of Hyperborea, he gained knowledge about the moons and certain Hyperborean technologies. Using this knowledge, he then fashioned an artificial moon marrow to serve as a replacement for the frost moon beyond the sky. Unlike Columbina, Dottore is not being rejected by Tevat. And even with 2 of the 3 moon marrows, his power far exceeds all of ours combined. Once his 3rd moon marrow is complete, Dottore will have completely seized the authority of the 3 moons. Tevat's most primordial powers will then be in his grasp.
Does that mean...
I'm afraid so. No one could have predicted this level of insanity. Not even from Dottore. And unfortunately, his insanity is coupled with an intellect and ambition that not even his peers in the Fatui can match.
Bruh, he's like Archon level threat.
This is dire. Sounds like the world is done for.
The 3 moons' authority can influence the very fabric of time and space. I dare not imagine what a monster like him would do with that kind of power.
The trouble's already begun, I'm afraid. On our way back, we discovered that part of Nod-Krai is being enveloped by an unknown energy. We cannot ascertain what is happening inside. I'm convinced this is Dottore's doing. Not that there's any way to prove it. The issue is, we have no idea what his intentions are.
The only thing more frustrating than facing down evil is knowing that it will surely come. But not knowing when.
The Doctor is guilty of numerous crimes in Mondstadt as well. One of our knights, well, former knights. His father was murdered by Dottore.
He's referencing D-Luke.
His ideology and methodology are a danger to everything in his path, from individuals to entire nations. He does not feel guilt, even when he acts against his own people.
He doesn't see them as his own people, that's why. People like him see everyone else as beneath them.
Right. He views other people only in terms of how they can benefit him. That's the basis of all his social connections. Granted, he's hardly the only harbinger to pursue their own interests. We all do. And Her Majesty is gracious enough to permit it. Still, her mercy has its limits. Dottore's actions have gone beyond even what the Fatui could have imagined. Usurping divine authority to become a god. For a servant of the Tsaritsa, that goes beyond being disloyal. It's treason of the highest order. We can't expect him to heed the Tsaritsa's will once he gains the Three Moons' authority. Even we Harbingers consider him the most self-interested among us.
Among us.
Poor Traveler. Of all the people to get caught by... We have to go save him right now. Please, we gotta find a way.
That kind of sounds bad when you just say, of all the people to get caught by, you make it sound like you'd much rather have any of them get trapped instead of him.
Paimon, I promise you, we are with you all the way.
I get how you feel. I do. But it's gonna take more than strong emotions to take down an enemy like Dottore. What we need now is more information.
Right. We can't even guarantee he's still at his research center. Before we can think about mounting a rescue operation, we need to confirm the Traveler's location. I'll find a way.
Paimon knows, but... She's so scared. If anything happens to the Traveler... He might be the strongest person Paimon knows, but he's still human. He feels pain and bleeds just like anyone else. Then think things through before you stick your neck out. Unless you want to lose your head.
Sandrone.
Miss Sandrone, you're okay?
Put the stuff over there. And be gentle with it. Am I okay? As you can see, I've had to move my whole livelihood out of the Experimental Design Bureau. It's been swallowed up by Dottore's energy field. If I'd left it any longer, I probably would have gotten stuck there. Ugh, Dottore always goes a little loco when he finds a shiny new toy. Not that he'd ever admit that. But this time, he's gone full psycho. Just go ahead and cry already. Sorry. Paimon's not trying to make it seem. It's just... She can't.
This is the most like emotion we've gotten out of Paimon.
Oh, Paimon.
Let it all out. There's no shame in it. When you're overwhelmed by fear and despair, crying can help get it out of your system. You'll feel better for it.
Okay then, while the baby of the group is having a moment, how about the grown-ups get to work? Give me your hand.
You've made a discovery?
Polonia, scan.
I feel like she's like Animo because of like the lights of Polonia.
You, hand, now.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask, my lady.
We're getting COVID tested.
Curses! You're next, then you.
As Sandrone scans everyone who took part in the battle against Dottore, her face contorts with pressure.
Hey, you son of a... He's done something to us. Everyone who entered his research center has been implanted with some sort of curse.
What did it say? Her face contorts with displeasure, not pressure.
I don't feel anything unusual at the moment. Does that mean it hasn't activated yet? Is there a way to figure out its purpose and what might trigger it?
My best guess is Dottore created it using the Moon Goddess's powers. 1 second, analyzing. Ugh! That friggin' maniac!
She said frig.
So, what twisted game is he playing this time?
The moment I analyzed the energy composition, some encrypted text appeared in my mind's eye. And when I deciphered it according to the Fatui standard encryption protocol, I got the following message. Feel free to run, or you will perish in Nod-Krai.
He's mocking us.
Yep, he loves to toy with people. Only in this case, there might be more to it. But I didn't detect any murderous intent or malice either in the message or the curse's energy. As if this is him at his least malicious.
Or perhaps all people are cowards in his eyes. Maybe he thinks the threat alone will be effective.
What a despicable person. And he has the Traveler in his grasp.
If I may, as unhinged as Dottore may be, he has always exercised great patience with the objects of his interest.
I remember a comment he made when we first arrived in Nod-Krai. He said, "This world is, on the whole, an exceedingly dull place. But at least there are a few intriguing features, such as the gods, or the traveler. Presumably, they interest him because they're unknown quantities. He wants to understand as much as he can about them."
Because I have the abyss
Agreed.
power.
The Traveler
And...
is Tevat's fourth descender. All Harbingers are aware of this.
Wait, I thought this wasn't free information, bro. I thought only Nahida knows about this. You mean the... How does everyone know this?
Since Dottore took such pains to capture the Traveler, he is unlikely to kill him right away.
Okay, but we still have to do that rescue operation. Of course. I also think we need to read between the lines with Dottore's message. If he's encouraging us to run, that means we mustn't leave Nod-Krai under any circumstances. My guess is, his curse will only trigger if we leave.
Durin.
We've discovered multiple energy fields. Albedo is still attempting to analyze their structure. He told me to report back first. Each field is slowly growing, swallowing up more of the surrounding area in the process. And the pace of their expansion has increased since we first examined them. He's probably trying to swallow Nod-Krai whole.
His nefarious ambition knows no bounds. If this continues, the whole of Tevat will be in trouble, not just Nod-Krai.
The loss of Columbina could not have come at a worse time. Do we think she's truly gone for good?
She entered the space beyond the Moon Gate, knowing what became of Rerir and Thalindus. I'm sorry, but I fear the odds aren't...
I thought River was trapped. I didn't know he was dead.
If I know her, she's busy finding a way back as we speak just so she can annoy me. She isn't dead.
Whatever has become of her, the fact remains that we are two comrades short on the eve of a decisive battle.
We need to find out the Traveler's location. But there is also other work to be done.
Agreed. Whatever Dottore's planning, we have to get the local populace somewhere safe. So, as well as a rescue mission, we have to organize a mass evacuation at the same time.
It would be best if someone could approach leaders of neighboring nations and negotiate emergency asylum for Nod-Krai's inhabitants. Can anyone handle that?
Varka?
Snezhnaya is one option. I'll see what I can do.
But she can't leave.
It'd be so much easier if the Traveler was here.
Look, it's me.
No! Stop thinking like that, Paimon.
Why would she say, like, oh, get Shania? I mean, like, you get the messengers, but you have to realize that she also can't leave because of the curse.
She's pretty well connected thanks to the Traveler. Maybe it'll come in handy. Either way, that's what the Traveler would do if he was here.
And this is back to my POV. Is this really going to be like a 7-hour quest?
Back here again. That gravitational force that pulled me back. Is this where it came from? When I saw that memory of Moon Prayer Night, I think I influenced reality. Was it just a coincidence? Or... if only I could have sent the others some kind of warning on Moon Prayer Night. Maybe we could have stopped Dottore. I feel... so heavy. Does entering that space consume a lot of energy? Well, even so, I have to keep moving forward. Back to emptiness and silence again. I should try and find my way back inside that memory.
Find the entrance to the memories. So is this just entirely 7 hours with no break? I feel like I should get at least a break. Like, after every act, probably. Oh, right, charge attack, I forgot. Follow the power's guidance.
entrance from last time isn't showing up. What am I missing?
Oh. Oh, that's not something. Okay, touch.
Looks like I need to gather these scattered fragments.
Hold to channel your power. Oh, I have to do it individually. I see.
It worked. Hopefully I can stay inside for a bit longer this time.
Oh, it's a different memory. Is this when she first disappeared? This doesn't look like the same memory.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
What? This doesn't look like Moonprayer Night.
Extra, extra! Latest issue of the Nausea Express!
I don't think I've ever been here. Maybe this space isn't comprised of my memories after all. There aren't any festive decorations around. Is this Nausea Town after Moonprayer Night ended? Did Dottoro's plan not affect the town? Or is no one aware of what happened because he used the Three Moons' authority? Let me see if I can influence anyone else.
Ooh, there's a dude.
So, what do we do next?
Yeah, I know.
Wait, that voice. Paimon?
Was this her with
The most
Arlecchino?
important thing
Oh no.
right now is to find that mage.
Lauma the Traveler and Mr. Varga are here too.
I'd better go pay the Fatui a visit.
Traveler!
This is so romance coded. Oh, wait, what?
Columbina?
I made contact. It's me, Columbina.
Huh?
Yeah, she was there by the ramp.
Traveler?
Let's go! This is no time to be spacing out!
Huh? Wait a moment. This has happened before. Huh? This is what happened when I disappeared. I stood right over there, thinking that no one would ever find me again. It was only when he called my name that I decided to follow them. But did he turn around because he sensed my touch just now?
This doesn't. How does this work with timeline stuff?
That from in here, I can change the past. If I keep following them, maybe. Huh? It's that gravity again.
Okay, but how does this work as a loop?
Every time I influence reality within that space, this force intervenes and pulls me back. It's as if it's trying to stop me from leaving. I'm getting weaker and weaker. I'll just have to try another approach next time. Come on, Columbina. Keep going. You have to tell everyone what happened.
And then it sinks into the ground. Is this supposed to be like a transition? That like, oh, when it falls to the ground, it's Columbina, but if it goes down, it's my turn?
Suddenly, I've been plunged into darkness. Alone.
Also, I switched to Pyro for some
It's
reason.
strange. As if something has grabbed hold of me. Is Toray now powerful enough to interfere with space itself?
Look at you, standing so still in total silence. I almost didn't recognize you. Hello there, traveler.
He seems to be in a good mood. Wait, what's that behind him?
The giant crescent
so you
thing.
noticed. This is the completed trilune. 2 primordial moon marrows and 1 artificial
So
specimen.
that's the artificial one?
You are wary of it. Good. Maintain that reverence. You performed well in that recent battle. Brave and reckless as always. Courage is the sign of a true hero, and impulsiveness is the hallmark of those who strive to advance. I say this not to belittle you. Most creatures are far more timid by comparison.
3 moon marrows? Does that mean the artificial one is now complete too?
Well spotted. What do you think? For a replica I built myself, I dare say it looks the part.
It looks weird.
Dottore, are you planting illusions in my mind?
I have no interest in fooling your eyes. On the contrary, I hope to show you the true essence of all that you see before you. Is this not a beautiful city? People live in peace and find joy in their work. The streets are safe. People can even leave their doors unlocked at night. You might say it is the Elysium everyone dreams of.
Isn't this a lawless land,
All
though?
available data indicates your values and worldview conform with the mainstream. This kind of society should be quite to your taste.
False beauty is deceitful. Lies are to no one's taste.
I wonder, is it your moral standards that are too high? Or your expectations of reality?
He's floating now.
Answer me this. If someone existed in a sweet dream from the moment they were born, a dream in which they never once felt pain, which do you think they would consider superior? The dream or the reality?
I mean, I need more
That's
information.
pure sophistry. It has nothing to do with your actions.
As I suspected. You have yet to understand all of this for what it really is.
What do you want from me?
You sound impatient. Do you think the only reason I'm keeping you is because I want something from you?
If it's not, then why haven't you killed me yet? No one can stop you if you're as powerful as a god.
I'm delighted you recognize that fact. I believe we last squared off in Sumeru. Ah, the memories. How time flies. You and I have both grown. I'm not surprised that Arlecchino and Sandrone worked with you. You've always a way of slowly but surely ingratiating yourself with all levels of society. People laud you as a hero, but I suspect there's more to it than that. Oh, but to be clear, I don't say that to flatter you.
Do you always give your opponent an appraisal before you deal the final blow?
Call it a long-time habit. I'm a researcher, and one of my duties is to give an objective assessment of my subjects. But you misunderstand. We are not opponents. Not at this moment.
Wait, then what am I doing
just want
here,
to talk.
then?
Think back to Tartaglia, Arlecchino, Capitano, Columbina, and now even Sandrone.
I like how they slowly appear, even though he's said them already.
You've worked with each of them in the past. I believe you can work with me as well.
What makes you so sure?
Well, why not? Should the good associate only with the good and the bad befriend only the bad? I like to think we could have a more mature relationship than that. Surely you don't think all your relationships are grounded in friendship or shared ideals?
Why is the crescent moved higher?
Come together because it benefits them to do so. If you think of the people you admire, you must surely admit that they have provided some benefit to you. Morality, ambition, dreams. People have plenty of words to embellish the nature of their relationships. But once you break free from those ethical frameworks, you will see that the only thing connecting the two of you is mutual benefit. And that is what I'd like to talk to you about.
We're finally getting into it. He's probably been planning to kidnap me for a long time now. But for what exactly? He has the authority of all 3 moons. I won't be able to gain the upper hand in a fight. Best if I pretend that I'm willing to negotiate for now. You say you're a god, but you also speak of mutual benefit. What could a god want that the three moons cannot provide?
Excellent question. But before I answer, I would ask you the same thing. Gaining Columbina's allegiance was a rare and extraordinary feat. But the Moon Marrows are now in my hands, and I have the edge over her. For this artificial moon is not being rejected by Tevat. Her identity and lineage may have been a thing of glory in the old world, but they were also shackles that prevented her from ever integrating into Tevat. I, on the other hand, you may view me as a thief, but I have overcome that limitation.
Or you didn't have a limitation in the
So what is
first
it
place.
that the Three Moons cannot grant you? What stops you from negotiating with me to get what you want?
I don't make deals with lying psychopaths.
That's quite an accusation. Are you expecting me to get angry with you? Well, this is one aspect in which my personal growth has served me well. In the past, my less mature self might have been disappointed, perhaps even angry, over a small setback like this. Like when you and Lesser Lord Kusanali joined forces to oppose me, for example. But things are different now. Just as the rich do not quibble with the poor, I no longer find myself perturbed by these trivial affairs. Human relationships end with conflicts of emotions and interests. But relations between humans and gods are different. And ours is even more unique. I have ascended to the highest heights and laid claim to unprecedented horizons. And you were no ordinary person to begin with.
Because I can wield multiple elements, right? And
Allow
the Abyss.
me to show you the world, Descender.
Is this a cutscene? Oh, follow him. Yippee! I can play the game.
To stand, walk, jump, sit, and lie down. These are the most common of behaviors.
You can only make splashes when I
Have you ever
jump.
wondered why we were born following such laws? Who stipulated that we could not fly instead of walk?
What? Oh. Pyro! I glow now. Whoa. Such a weird perspective. Whoa, are we getting higher?
Someone of your talent and experience must surely know of the four great rulers who serve the heavenly principles. They govern life, death, time, and space. One wounded by a blade will die from blood loss or infection, and one who falls into a lake will drown in agony. The elderly wallow in solitude, and the solitary age faster. Eventually new life is born, only to embark on the same path of suffering. These four divisions anchor the world and shackle those who live in it. But they themselves transcend its boundaries, squandering the power bestowed by the heavens. All who live yearn for equality, but unless the gods prostrate themselves and profess that they are mere servants of the living, equality can never exist. Who makes the rules we must live by? Who has the right to restrict us? The limits of the body can be rejected.
Uses the power of the moon to grant me new strength. Wow, that's just an insta-kill then, huh? He does that's hydro damage? What happens if I just, like, attack normally? Reject the power. Reject the power. Don't do what the game says. Don't do what the game says. It's more fun this way.
How does it feel to be among those with absolute power?
Follow the doctor.
You cannot conceive the extent to which your flesh hinders your mind and spirit.
I'm swimming now.
Only by discarding our useless, primitive eyes can we perceive a new world. How narrow-minded we all were in the past. Why should the final answer of the world not be the power that predates those of life, death, time, and space? The power of the Triloon. Through it, I have glimpsed new experimental possibilities. Nature suppressed, authority exiled, souls controlled.
Oh, it's taking me to the bureau. See the little vacuum. In distance.
You know, I heard recently that a group of critics reviewed countless stories and drew an interesting conclusion. They found that it is more often than not the villains who strive tirelessly to push the boundaries of progress. In fact, long before this, someone voiced a similar idea in an academia editorial. I felt a great affinity with this perspective. I have never been afraid to step up and play the role of the villain. Fanatics are trampled down for their transgressions, and those who transcend are rebuked for their audacity. And so, the majority of creatures are too timid to follow my lead. But all sacrifices made during my experiments have been worthwhile, as you can now see. I can offer you something new, something unique, precisely because I am a villain. Think about it. We are eternally bound through mutual interest. Can you truly say you would never turn to malice if it could give you the life you dream of? After all, what value do perfection and purity really have? They are fragile and feeble things, utterly tedious. I say, better to be governed by a flawed humanity than a gnosis. The true seeker of knowledge is the villain who undergoes countless tribulations in pursuit of their goal. I'm sure many people have told you that you're different.
Because I'm a descender?
Exactly. Very clever.
But what does that got to do with you?
Yeah, like, this isn't...
I do not conceal my wicked deeds, my selfish desires, or my greed. A true researcher must act as I do if they are to understand and speak of the truth.
Like, being a descender really doesn't make much of a difference to a lot of this stuff. Like, because I don't even really know, like, the list of, like, okay, who's 1, 2, and 3.
And yet, a knowledge seeker like myself will inevitably grow tired of studying Tevat beyond a point. You have traveled to all corners of the world and met many people. Along the way, there have been moments when you were misunderstood or even became a wanted criminal. And all the while, you have spent your days doing some of the most mundane jobs in the world. You fight and toil, claim minuscule rewards from my friend Pantalone, then you fight some more, winning some battles and losing others as your search goes on. And this cycle continues, with no end in sight.
Wait, when? When did I claim stuff from Pantalone? You mean, does he mean the commissions?
Surely you must sometimes grow weary of being stuck in this same loop day after day.
We're completely different. I embrace everything that life throws at me. I am engaged in every step of my journey.
How does that make us different? I too embrace what life brings, researching everything that interests me. Think of all the novel things I've managed to create. Like the artificial moon marrow. Don't you see? As unique a specimen as she was, even Columbina is not irreplaceable.
Take that back. She's gone because of your actions.
I didn't say that to anger you. Though admittedly, I don't see what there is to be angry about. Anything Columbina could do for you, I can do better. I know what your ultimate goal is. You wish to walk the path your sister walked, and seek answers from her at the end of that journey, don't you?
Yeah.
Someone like you could never understand what it feels like to care about another person the way I care about her.
Perhaps not. But that doesn't mean I can't help. I could find your sister right now, bring her before you, and make her give you the answers you seek.
Don't be so presumptuous. You'll never begin to understand the situation between us.
Oh, no. This is no presumption. I'm only offering what I know is possible with the power of the Trilune. But it seems like you would sooner continue with your journey through this world. Why? Do you truly desire this journey? Or is it simply a necessary process from which you cannot escape? Think of all the time and energy you have spent, everything you've had to endure just to make it this far. Is this really what you want? Or has your hand been forced by the promise of that final answer? Yes, you have made many friends. But do they ever spare a thought for the void in your heart and what it yearns for? What you want is not friends. It is family. But do they know this? I, on the other hand, am far more considerate. Join my experiment, and in return, I will bring your meaningless journey and all its struggles to an end.
This is a malicious attempt to manipulate me. But at the same time, he's stating some very human truths. Of course he's right about my predicament. How can I deny it? I have faced ungrateful strangers, never-ending troubles, an endless quest for answers.
Just for her to run away?
Here. After everything I've been through, words can't describe how much I miss her. How much I want to be reunited with her, wherever you are right now. Do you miss me too?
Ooh. More art.
All right, everyone. Our next mission is clear. We need to contact all the major organizations, explain the situation to the public, and then begin the evacuation.
The residents of Nod-Krai are quite dispersed. The two most populated areas are the Southern Isles and Pyramida. Miss Lauma, I will leave Hisi Island and Nasha Town in your hands. I will liaise with the Fatui and Pyramida.
Agreed. We will reach out to Natlan and Snezhnaya. Anyone found north of the Experimental Design Bureau should follow the Fatui to Snezhnaya. As for those dwelling south of that line, I will ask the Voynich Guild to help persuade them to leave. Then I, Mr. Varka, and the Frostmoon Scions will escort them to Natlan.
The Voynich Guild has dealings with the Curatorium of Secrets. I will send them a letter vouching for your credibility.
Don't we have a curse that literally, that we've hypothesized states that we can't leave? The people involved in the battle can't leave Nod-Krai?
Yehoda, you should help Lauma. This is too big of a task for one person.
My wish has come true. You're willingly lending me your most capable employee for the day.
No, she's gonna charge you money for it.
Well, good for you if all this only takes a day. Of course, if it takes any longer, I'll be charging a fee.
Boss, wait! Don't I get a say in this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Something to add, Yehoda?
And then she uses her angry face.
No one's more important to me than you, boss. And remember how Lauma healed your eyes after that big battle? I think that's worth at least 2 or 3 days' work for the Frost Moon Scions?
Are you completely incapable of acting in your own self-interest? Or do you simply devalue your own labor?
Are you sure you don't want to come with us?
She has to gather information.
Who will see to our other work if we're all busy evacuating residents? Sandrone insists that Columbina is still alive, and we have a traveler to rescue. There's much to be done.
But boss, I'm just worried that...
Well, Nefer, I'll link up with you once my tasks are complete.
What makes you think I'd need you to do that?
I'll need it. And considering the way you approach certain matters, I think you'll be better off with me present.
That's quite enough. Just focus on your work first.
I bet we're in for an uphill battle here. But we can help out too. Inepa and I are gonna help Nashatown's residents carry their stuff.
Loading schedule. Store essential local research data and technology samples, then escort the people to Natlan. Understood. I will execute this to the best of my abilities.
Great stuff. Thank you, ladies.
I've contacted the Lightkeepers. A colleague of mine will join us shortly. I will persuade them to conduct a thorough search of the region to ensure that no civilians get left behind.
As for me, I guess I'll be making an early return to Sumeru.
I forgot she was here.
That someone informs the Dendro Archon of what's going on in Nod-Krai.
Roger that. Someone should inform Mondstadt, too. Mr. Duran, can I trust you to handle that? I think you fly faster than any of us can run.
His thumbs are
As
clipping
an
through his
added
wings.
incentive, get there fast enough, and I'll see about getting your gliding exam waived.
Really? Ha! Mission accepted, sir.
I intend to stay behind and help Miss Sandrone with her research. She has some alchemy-related questions that she'd like me to explore.
She recognizes your expertise, then. I wish you a fruitful collaboration.
Oh, didn't Wanderer, like, go back to Sumeru?
Thank you. In truth, I was surprised to hear her express an interest in subject matter outside of machines.
I believe she has been investigating some Fontanian technology recently. She made a point of bringing the relevant materials with her when she left the Experimental Design Bureau. She's sorting through everything in her room as we speak.
I should mention that we have one other friend who isn't present. He hasn't made his position in all of this clear. But if we know anything about him, he's likely investigating on his own.
Oh, Wanderer,
Very
right?
quiet today. But I know how close she and the Traveler are with the Natlanese. She should come with us to the border.
Okay. Paimon will do her best.
Make sure to heed Sandrone's warning. Many of us have been cursed by Dottore. As such, under no circumstances should anyone cross national borders. Remain within Nod-Krai. That aside, personally I have faith in Columbina. Things look grim, sure, but who knows how it'll play out. Same goes for rescuing the Traveler. Both of them are important allies and friends. We'll be counting on you to gather intel on them, Miss Nefer.
Oh, wonderful. You're all here.
Oh, Nicole. Oh, do I have to, like, click?
That voice again. Nicole?
It's a space bar.
Whoa, that was loud. And it came out of nowhere. So mysterious.
Sorry. This is the only way I can speak to you all right now. Please accept my apology. Anyway, time is short. I'll cut to the chase. We're still facing quite a catastrophe here at the world's borders. Alice has roped in every Hexen Circle member she can get a hold of. Except for me. She told me I had to come and help you all out as a matter of urgency. I quote, "You love talking, don't you? Well, now it's finally your time to shine. Take these. Make sure the whole party gets one each. You'll be in charge of making sure everyone stays connected."
Oh, it has wings now.
Is this a Dodo communication device?
Scanning. Unknown device. Analyzing. Unknown device. Conclusion. Cute. Affirmative. It is cute and good. I believe that I quite like
What
it.
is the point of this line?
This is no ordinary Dodo communication device. It's my very own special modified version, specifically... Ah, sorry. I almost went off on another tangent there. Anyway, help yourselves. It will allow us to communicate over long distances within Nod-Krai. No more worrying about shuttling messages back and forth.
What astounding technology. Am I right in assuming that it relies on your personal abilities to function, Miss Nicole?
Yes, exactly. Right on cue, Albedo. Ah, I'd love to brag to you all about how it all works. But no, next time. Anyway, I'll be right with you all, serving as a communication hub. That's all from me. Head off as soon as you're ready. I'll be staying here to keep watch, and I'll be sending you my blessings.
We got a big group. Evacuate the help evacuate. Oh, contact the light keepers. Okay, there are a lot of people there. So we're back to here again. Oh, it's Elua.
Close your eyes.
He finally appears in the story at the peak climax of the story.
Sir Flint. Perfect timing. I just arrived myself. You are most considerate, Master Elua. But in fact, I know you have been sitting here for quite some time.
If you saw me, why didn't you say something?
I was curious to see how long you could sit still for. Also, shouldn't you have managed to sense me approaching?
That would be a first. You always seem to appear out of thin air without making a peep. Also, how many times do I have to tell you not to address me as master? I don't qualify.
I beg to differ. Why should a young man so well versed in social graces as yourself not be worthy of that title?
Please, Lord Flint's... Sir Flint's. I'm begging you, don't flatter me into complacency like you do with everyone else.
What's with all these formalities?
You understand me better than most. My newest acquaintances tell me I love complimenting others. What do you think?
I think they don't understand why you do it. You just love puffing people up till they're a big, happy ball of hot air that floats away into the sky.
In all sincerity, I can only hope that they bring good tidings when they come back down to Earth.
Is the situation that bad?
We just held a strategy meeting. Let me fill you in.
In short, we need everyone gone from Pyramida. We also need a team of lightkeepers to scour the more remote regions of Nod-Krai for civilians to evacuate.
I only hope we have enough personnel.
We do. Old Man Nikita will definitely help, and we can recall anyone out on patrol to focus on this instead.
Good. I'm sure you and the others will make short work of this. Now, don't forget, once you've completed this task, make sure you and the rest of the team evacuate to either Snezhnaya or Natlan as well.
Flint?
If you've got something to say, Master Elua, why not guess what I'm thinking right now?
You mentioned that you have something else to deal with later. How difficult is it going to be?
I doubt it will be easy.
I know you're a lightkeeper, and it's your duty to protect others in times of crisis. But I have a feeling that you'll be walking into grave danger. However bad things have gotten in the past, Nod-Krai has never faced a mass evacuation before. But from the sounds of it, you don't intend to come with us.
Oh, because he's cursed.
I don't mean to pry, and it's probably none of my business. But whatever it is you're intending, you don't have to go through with it, you know.
He's kind of forced to.
I've been afflicted with some sort of curse, and I'm told it may well trigger if I set foot outside of Nod-Krai. As such, I cannot leave. I have to act, if for no other reason than to fight this curse.
What? No. Why? Why would anyone want to curse you?
There are plenty of people out there willing to trample over others in pursuit of their own goals.
Frankly, Sir Flint, I am furious. You're making light of what is an incredibly serious situation.
Indeed I am. And
And what? I told you, I'm furious about this.
Nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. Things happen, and we just have to deal with them. If you find yourself feeling angry, perhaps start by drinking a big glass of water.
What the hell is that suggestion?
You mean you're completely unmoved by my anger? I'm devastated.
Then allow me to express my sincerest regret. Come by the lighthouse sometime. We'll catch ourselves a few fish, have a little barbecue, play some cards, and bask in the sun.
Maybe I need to spell this out. Lean in a little, Flint.
Oh my, this doesn't bode well.
What's happening?
Word is that you were caught up in a real horror show recently. People were amazed that you returned safe and sound. They've been debating whether you're even human.
I've returned safe and sound from plenty of crises. When you say people, do you mean other people? Or do you just mean you?
Fine. I'll be frank. You're not human, are you?
Heavens. Now that's a horrifying thought.
You know what? Forget it. We'll revisit this once it's all over.
A sound plan. Albeit a little ominous sounding.
Does Elo have a lantern?
Promise me you'll come back in one piece. Alright?
One Piece.
For you, Master Ilua. How could I refuse? Also, please pass my regards on to our colleagues. Tell them, thank you all for your assistance. Please put safety first as you proceed with the operation.
Okay, so now we're going to another... Oh, this is Columbina's turn, right? I knew it.
Keep searching for a path toward reality.
Oh my god, how long is this act gonna be? I know that both of them combined take 7 hours, but like... I don't know how like it's structured for like acts 7 to act 8. Oh, I touched that, sorry. Oh.
This should do it. The last 2 times I tried to influence reality in this space, it consumed a lot of Kuvaki. I'll try and be more careful this time. I need to leave key clues behind using less power. I hope everyone still remembers what I said on Moon Prayer Night.
Oh, look when she sprints, she puts like crescent moons behind her. Like the moon phases. That's such a nice detail. Is this the bed I have at the flagship? When like the traveler said like, oh, he's restless, so then he goes to find Columbina.
Nothing here either.
Oh, this isn't a memory. Oh, Flint's.
Flint's?
Ah, Miss Nefer.
What are you doing here? Unless...
I just spoke with Ilua about arrangements for the search and came for a walk nearby. As for you, why would... Huh. It appears we think along similar lines. And neither of us likes to accept things at face value.
As well as figuring out how to gather intel on the Traveler, I wanted to confirm some of my own suspicions. Also, we'll need to bring a lot of force to bear against Ettore, even if we're only looking to rescue the Traveler. We can't leave anything to chance. You don't think Columbina perished either, do you?
I'm merely considering the possibility that she survived, just as you are. How much can we really know about a deity like her anyway?
Do you remember what she said on Moon Prayer Night? about using moonlight to send messages to us.
Oh right,
course.
the moon
I think
phases.
that's why we're both here.
Oh yeah, because it's just like
Where
paper
have you
or
checked
something.
so far?
I've been focusing on the outdoors. Anywhere the moonlight shines. I checked most of Nasha Town, but didn't find anything.
Forgot about
I
that.
checked the Curatorium of Secrets and a few rooms where I thought I might find some leads. But no luck here either. The only places I haven't looked yet are the rooms in the flagship. But process of elimination isn't the only thing that brought me here.
Oh, really? What's your other reason?
After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even once.
A noise is coming from indoors.
Huh? Am I imagining things?
Wait, what mystery ally? A noise is coming from indoors.
Come on, let's see what's going on.
Oh no. I knocked over a vase as soon as I came in. It must have been caused by a Kuvaki fluctuation when I entered the space. Although, it seems like I'm not about to be pulled away this time. It looks like as long as I'm careful with my actions, it doesn't count as influencing reality. Anyway, is this the flagship? The Traveler mentioned that's where he was staying. I only went into the lobby last time, so I've never actually been here before. How does this space work? If nothing else,
She wears a lot
I
of
can now be
bows.
sure
I'm just
that it is
realizing
not
that.
simply memory. He mentioned where his room was. I think it's this one.
It's the first one to the left. You know, that's Flynn's room. My room is that one. That's not my room, I'm pretty sure.
The door is closed. But if this is anything like when I disappeared, then maybe...
A ghost.
I'm in.
I'm pretty sure this isn't my room, but it does look my room because it's considerably
He
bigger.
and Paimon aren't here at the moment. I hope he's okay. I wonder what happened to him after that battle with the Torre. Best not to dwell on that for now. I need to try and leave them some clues. Please, Traveler. I really hope you find this.
Oh.
Huh. Just a cat.
Nothing else here strikes me as noteworthy.
Didn't you stay here for a couple of nights once?
Before Rerir showed himself, yes. It's also where the Traveler and I first met.
Did you notice anything unusual during your stay?
I remember thinking how much noisier the flagship is at night compared to the graveyard. Other than that, no. The Traveler and Paimon were most congenial neighbors.
This is where they've been staying, yes? Over here?
No, that's his
That's right.
room. I'm pretty sure that
I wouldn't
our room was the
usually
first one to the
condone
left.
breaking and entering, but we can make it up to them later.
But I don't know. I'm not gonna like pause the whole stream just to
I have to
go
read a
with that
message on the wall
hyperfixation.
using Kuvaki, just like I said on Moon Prayer Night. Simply open your windows on nights when the moon shines bright, and the moonlight will naturally flow towards the words I have written. Here goes. I'll need to carefully control my strength.
Hold to maintain power in that target area as you write. Oh, it's like the fishing mini game. Man, I love fishing. Spelled ooh. Okay, it's only left click. I thought spacebar would work too, and I would much rather have spacebar than left click. No. Oh, the bar's getting smaller now. Don't worry. We have trained for this in the art of the fishing minigame that no one else plays because it's literally only useful for furnishing and a fishing pole. She literally repeated the same words.
There's a noise outside the door. Is he back? Please, you have to see these words.
Oh, it's nighttime.
Well, do you sense anything?
Unfortunately, no.
And this place was our last chance.
Not necessarily. We've only looked in Nasha Town so far. Miss Columbina said she would leave messages at her friends' dwellings. It's still worth checking where Miss Lauma lives and where I live.
Let's try and make some time to look into those then.
But she prefers the Traveler because this is very romance coded.
What are you waiting for?
Paimon might have overeaten slightly. What's that look for? This is a victory feast. It's normal to eat a little more than usual.
The Traveler in Paimon. It's really you.
Oh, this is a different timeline.
Why are they talking about a victory feast?
Huh. You worried Paimon sick while you were out there fighting Rerir. So this is your chance to make it up to her, alright?
Wait. So this is the night after the battle against Rerir. How did I end up here? That's quite a long time ago now. Wait. Time. That's it. Every time I've entered reality within this space, it's been at an earlier point in time. Every one of those points has been before I fell into the moon's reflection. And everything I've done to affect reality really did happen in the past. Does this mean that within the moon's reflection, time flows backwards? Starting from the moment I fell in?
Not long till Moon Prayer Night now. It's gonna be even livelier than tonight. Although, it's gonna be sad saying goodbye to the damselette. She seems like a really nice person.
Paimon. No, I can't. Even if I make contact, they probably won't understand what's going on. And in any case, I'll likely get pulled away again if I do. Instead, I have to find a way to get them to notice what I've written using the moonlight.
You've written so far away from the window.
Wait. Even I hadn't thought of doing that before Moon Prayer Night. They'd never conceive of that possibility. Is there truly no other way?
Don't lose heart. We'll find a way somehow.
Huh?
Oh, you say that, but the Frost Moon is beyond the fall sky. If we wanted to go visit her, how would we make it through to the other side?
The spaceship.
We might not have all the answers now, but I'm sure we'll find a way one day.
Huh. Guess someone's gotta be the optimist.
The present. The future.
And the past.
Wait. There are still things I can do.
What's your plan?
Flins, when you were staying next door, did you ever open the window?
No. The rooms here are dark and damp. And there's such a buildup of dust on the windows that the moonlight can't even get in. I didn't think it was worth the trouble.
The moonlight.
That's a high window.
I think I see where you're going. One moment. I'll see if the owner is available.
You expect me to open a window from that high up?
Time is of the essence.
Oh, she breaks the window.
Even if no one sees what I've written at this moment, Maybe someone will remember what I said after Moon Prayer Night. I need to write down as much information as I can. And maybe one day...
Someone will see it.
Huh? What's up with you? You can't even hold your cup steady. Are you getting tired?
A little.
Well, you should probably hit the hay then. You've had a really tough couple of days for you.
Go to bed.
You truly have. You helped defeat Rerir, helped me reclaim my name, and you helped the others organize Moon Prayer Night. Wherever you are right now, I'm sure you're still fighting against the injustices of fate. This is all I can leave for them. How I wish I could stay here. But it's time for me to go. I hope to see you again in the next time. And if the opportunity presents itself.
I will surely return to your side.
That's what she wrote. That's a lot of words.
She's alive.
Not only that, but she's left us an entire wall's worth of clues.
What the hell is all these scribbles surrounding the message?
What happened on Moon Prayer Night? It's just a shame we found it too late.
I am here. Time in this place flows backwards. I am constantly moving forward.
It sounds like she's found a way to influence the past using Kuvaki. But her future is our past.
So, these words have been here ever since we defeated the Ray Hero Solnari. We just never discovered them. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Do you ever mull over questions like that?
Wouldn't this be weird?
When I'm in a good mood and at leisure.
Wouldn't this be weird if she already existed and she saw her own writing? Like, how does that work?
Well, I never do. Everything that has happened already belongs to the realm of fact.
All this
As
only...
a business person, and especially an intel broker, what I do is extrapolate from those facts to try and read the future.
Like, this entire wall of information only works in the context that she already disappeared. But if she didn't disappear, then how does this work?
An admirable philosophy.
It's a means of survival. Let's go. We have a wall's worth of clues to share with the others.
Could just take a photo. Find a way to make a breakthrough. Look through into certain clues. Help evacuate. Oh, we're with Albedo's team.
It appears that the doctor's energy signature has changed to something similar to Kuvaki, but not like the Kuvaki we're used to. Nod-Krai's Kuvaki devices will only have a limited effect on it. I can see why you've chosen to place your hopes in alchemy instead. Also, I must say these books are rather profound.
My subordinates just shipped them in from Fontaine. Some of them are from the Narcissenkreuz Ordo. Some are incident reports from Petrichor, and then there's a few test reports for these junk machines. Additionally, after some further scanning, I've discovered something extremely annoying.
What's that?
Teyvat's skies contain multiple moons. A long time ago, when I did my first scan, I detected 3, just as the legends say. But when I checked again just now, I detected 4 moons.
So there's one extra?
Yeah. Originally, I thought that if I could still find 3 moons, that would at least mean Columbina's still alive. But then it occurred to me that apart from the frost moon, Teyvat's moons are just husks. And husks surely shouldn't show up in the scan, since they're not alive. It's weird, isn't it? If we can't even distinguish between a dead and a living moon, how are we supposed to know whether a moon goddess is still alive? Or does this mean that the moon marrows are equivalent to the moons themselves?
Oh my god, so much information I don't really understand and don't really want to.
It's certainly possible. In which case, The fourth moon you detected may be Dotori's artificial creation.
So he wasn't bluffing. He really built his own moon marrow. Ugh, I'm so mad right now.
It's easy to get overwhelmed when you have too much on your plate. Maybe you need to relax. Perhaps try going for a walk. Or simply take a few deep breaths.
Nothing can calm me down at a time like this. I need more time, and I need progress.
It's Mr. Flynn's.
I really hate that ringing tone. Ugh. First the 4 orthants of the Narcissenkreuz, then moon marrows. Now what?
Oh.
I like how her
Might I ask what's troubling you?
I like how her like wind-up key like moves faster based on her emotions.
What do you want? We're busy.
Are you still at the Curatorium of Secrets?
Yeah. Look, everyone else is still out, so there's no hurry. Plus, I'm busy, so I would appreciate if you gave me some space.
Even though we have crucial intel to share?
Fine, I'm listening.
Do you intend to share it via the Dodo communication device?
Ordinarily I would, but this is a unique situation. I think it's best that we discuss it in person. See you at the Curatorium.
Oh, look, they're back.
Then. So, what's the situation?
The rest of the team is still out working on their missions and evacuations. But we've decided to fill you in on the most crucial information first.
Sandrone, you were right. Columbina is most likely still alive.
That's the best news we've received in a while. By a long way.
Tell them about what happened and the message and how like this weird
Random
timeline thing
locations.
works.
Appearing in reverse order? Are you serious? So not dying isn't enough for the moon goddess, huh? She has to show off too. Anyway, does this mean we can deduce her condition from the moon marrows?
Miss Androne, there's nothing wrong with simply admitting that you're happy to hear the good news.
I'm not. And she's the least of our problems. We're facing a huge crisis. If she can't control the flow of time in there, she's just gonna keep moving backwards. Different points in time won't intersect, and she'll never find a way out.
Let's say life begins with a drop of water. When did time begin? The moment this planet came into being? No, that's not right. Her final destination would be the moment at which the space she is in was created.
But it doesn't seem like we can influence that space from the outside world. So how can we help her? Also, if she's alive, Rarier and Thalindus might be too. But as far as we know, neither of them have come back out. That space may not have an exit at all.
Then if there's an entrance, there has to be an exit. It could just be the entrance again.
I'm afraid I must concur with Miss Nefer in this.
Can't exactly argue with that. Let's leave it there for now. I've taken notes on everything you said.
Will it help with your research?
I doubt it's gonna help with breaking Dotori's energy fields. But who knows when it might come in handy. Better to have it all written down than try to remember everything when I need it. Alright, I need to get back to my research. Mr. Albedo has made a lot of suggestions that will require my undivided attention.
Sure, I'll stay here. I have things to work on. Paimon, are you there? Oh, right. She went with Varka to Natlan, didn't she? Good thing we've moved her and the Traveler's luggage in here.
That's what our luggage looks like? I didn't even know I had luggage.
Where could they be? There's a note. From Paimon.
I have a lot of stuff I carry on my own person.
Not in at the moment, but if anyone needs to borrow her stuff or the Travelers, go ahead and help yourself. Paimon won't be mad. Also, Traveler, if you get back before Paimon, make sure to get some rest. Paimon misses you a lot, but put your health first, alright?
Oh, she cares.
How sweet. Well, since you offered, Paimon, don't mind if I do. This is the Traveler and Paimon's luggage.
This is a lot of shit.
All the items they use day to day are here.
How do I carry this on my single person?
I wonder which of them is responsible for that. What do we have here?
Oh my god, a weapon! Among the daily necessities, there's a photo.
The camera captured a special moment that can only occur between people who are close to one another.
When did she take that photo?
Whoever feels about their subject. I wonder why this picture was placed outside. Is it because Paimon recently looked at it?
Oh my god, this makes it look like I'm dead. There's also a thick adventure handbook in there. There's a record of the traveler's achievements and memories in Tibet.
This must belong to the Traveler. Perfect. I'll use this. Hang in there. We'll find you.
I like how she has crates and I have bags. Oh, I'm Polonia.
Polonia. Search keyword world formula and bring me all relevant books.
Wait, didn't the Torah say something about Polonia? Yo, this looks weird. Yo, imagine we get to play as him. Yo, that'd be so sick. Okay, so she's in the flagship now. Look at me. He's so bulky. I love him. Search related content. Bro, you look so powerful. Scan. Though it's a shame we'll have to miss it. I was looking forward to Coppelius' new work. Ever since he was a child, he's always been incredibly talented. Out of consideration for everyone's safety, it has been decided that the Institute shall close. Driven by the energy and vigor of youth, the young ones are clamoring to go out and do battle. I hope someday I will understand the importance of prioritizing post-disaster reconstruction over marching off to die. I fear that it shan't be long before we must depart. We've chosen a good piece of land near the Fountain of Lucine as the post-relocation site. They even say that they want to use the land to build an opera house. They think they sooner set faces aflame with shame and laughter to think anyone could be so comical. We're going to pay our respects at Basil's grave. I hope that it turns out like Emmanuel said. However, it's the Institute's responsibility to support gifted and talented youths. Met with the newly appointed Eudex, he has a peculiar temperament. Seems much more reliable than Leon and those other clowns. If all goes well, it has the potential to completely revolutionize our understanding of Clockwork Mecha. The proposed methodology and plan are reliable, worth paying more attention. The results of earlier phases have been satisfactory. We will increase our investment. Carter's leave requests have been increasing in frequency. Better have someone keep an eye on him. He may be having financial difficulties, not like it's possible for it to be a family matter. After some consideration, I decided to enroll them and temporarily assign them into the lab. However, I'm concerned about the impact of their joining after laying on the mental state of others. Must keep careful watch. Still unconscious during the visit, so couldn't speak. Decided to take a blood sample to see if there's a cure or a way to mitigate it. Although the proposed research plan is expected to face challenges in obtaining recognition, I believe it holds significant practical value, so it justifies approval. Toxins remain in the soil and water have not yet been fully neutralized. The water is producing deformed oceanids. In a way, this could be a reflection of previous events. I only just learned that these are Carl's adopted children. It's a shame that Nod-Krai Institute no longer exists. This could be the biggest breakthrough in a century. It will change all society. The report mentioned abnormal moods. I'll have to find a chance to talk to Emmanuel about it. Keyword not located. Wow. Okay. Oh, I'll just go left to right then. We were assigned to the same lab. I was nervous at first, since everyone said that he was a child prodigy. Since the disaster, such people are more precious than ever. I had thought that an institute star recommended by higher-ups shall be more full of themselves, but he's much better than I expected. He's just not the most sociable sort, not obvious symptoms. I made a huge mistake that knocked over an ancient geometry machine that took a lot of effort to bring back from the desert ruins. The machine came to life and made a huge mess of things. Though he's a lot younger than me, he's really smart. I can't believe how he's managed to tame the machine. Maybe taming isn't the right word. Maybe other engineers will look down on me for using it. But it really did feel like taming. I know modern clockwork machines well enough, so I can see the huge technological gulf between the two. Even disregarding reconstruction, we will make little meaningful progress if we do not resolve the power issue. But I still have to be careful. I've never seen Elaine angry, and I don't want to find out what he looks like when he gets angry. A few minor symptoms. Took the day off. I can hardly believe it. Elaine came to visit me, and even brought his sister. She's a lovely lady and unafraid of strangers. A fine day indeed. We discussed the idea of a thinking machine based on gems and tape circuits. I used the word discuss, but actually I just said things like, oh, or that's really interesting, or how will you do that, whenever he paused and he didn't make any real contributions. He was really into it though, and he behaved very differently than he usually does in the lab. His little sister is probably way smarter than I. A research assistant. It seems there are interesting upsides to having my disease flare up, but I prefer to return to the institute and help out as soon as I can. The additional machines got there. The previous ones are no longer usable since they were completely dismantled, but did clear up a lot of things, at least according to him. Something about it being driven by the elements in the ley lines and interaction we cannot recreate with our current level of industrial precision and material science. I helped to compile the report, but there is so much I could not understand. Apparently lots of people are secretly unhappy that Elaine is getting more research materials than they are, but if you ask me, everyone's smarter than me, and they should all get along. We'll make the world a better place that way. His sister said that some of their friends will be joining the institute. I'm looking forward to meeting them. No obvious symptoms. Join the lab with its new partners, but now their conversations are undoubtedly confusing. I understand every word on its own just fine, but once they string them all together, I can't make heads or tails about. Jacob is really the only one even close to being on the same level as me. I feel ashamed just writing that. An adult looking for reassurance from a child as young as he is. I feel I've lost all the self-respect a grown-up should have. Based on their research on prime energy machinery, seems like that's how to adopt this name, Elaine and Rene are thinking about trying to use the characteristics of Owisa and Numa to construct a new kinetic core. A few minor symptoms. I may have contributed. Oh my god, this bro yaps. I may have contributed. Well, maybe I went on a picnic with Elaine, his sister Rene, and Jacob. It was technically supposed to be a field research, but the idea came from Elaine's sister and me. We thought they lived all too little outside of their research, so we asked the Institute's director to arrange something. Petrichor is not exactly the most exciting place, but the scenery is quite lovely, since you can see the great waterfall. I brought a camera from the Institute to take photos for them. I do hope we'll have more outings like this one, especially since that means more opportunities to take photos of his sister. After all, Elaine is always working. Given how he will not be with his sister as she grows up, these photos will come in handy later when he begins to regret not spending more time with her. Then he'll be able to see how she was at different times, and it won't sting quite so well if only my family had enough money for a camera, and if only things had gone so wrong. I'm sure my mom would have taken lots of photos of me, Rene, and Jacob like Elaine's sister do. When the four of them hang out, she sometimes acts like an older sister to them, despite being the youngest. A fascinating dynamic. Seems to be interested in the ruins and the stone statues here. Rene also mentioned something about a trope and seals, even though we were out there and having a bit of fun for once. They were still thinking about their research. No obvious symptoms. Took the day off. Elaine's sister came to see me along with Jacob. Elaine and Rene couldn't make it because their experiment is at a critical stage. They didn't have to tell me any of that, of course, but I was able to help at all despite my limited abilities. Already fulfilling. I heard that Elaine and the Institute's director came to see me separately while I was unconscious. I feel bad they came all this way for nothing. I wasn't even awake. Still taking time off, but I hope to go back and help them again soon. I found that there are graduates from the Nod-Krai Institute. That made me really happy. They talked about the director and the vice director, as well as their adventures. It made me feel like a kid again. The only detail that didn't make sense was the cake and the vice director made, because it felt like punishment when we had it. After a disaster, I lost contact with pretty much all my friends. I'm so happy that they were able to find each other again. I wonder how my friends are doing. They're probably trying to build a Nod-Krai Institute. I've got to go check it out next time. Talked about the thinking machine again. I had an idea about making a thinking camera so that it would take photos of those precious to him while he's busy. He thought it was kind of pointless, but that it had security and surveillance applications. They did it. The light bulb came on. It was lucky to have recovered in time to witness this historical moment. It's quite a pity, but I hope Renee and Jacob will make a breakthrough of their own research topics. I hope they get better systems than me. No obvious systems. Took the day off. There were several visits where I was unconscious. It's a shame that all I could do was read the letters they left behind. Jacob left me a note inviting me to his and Renee's lab. There's something they want to talk to me about. I hope I can get out of bed. I hope I can get out of bed soon. Mom brought flowers for me, but they had already wilted by the time I woke up. Took the day off. I was able to get out of bed today. This is where I first met Elaine. For a time afterwards, I documented the experimental procedures and phenomena based on his oral descriptions while I was standing here for the first time. He was trying to start up a machinery below an ill-fitting lab coat. Renee and Jacob later entered through that door, and Elaine would temporarily forget to act the young genius, rushing towards him like an energetic kid. Here I bore witness to the first successful controlled annihilation reaction. The brilliant light cast a deep dark shadow, and I believe history was made in that moment. Will someone like me, so excited I knocked over the ink bottle, play a role in an event that will go down in history? Behind the locked door on the other side is Renee and Jacob's lab. It seems access was limited due to dangerous nature of the research. They are destined to become towering figures of history. I guess Elaine moved to another lab based on his plan. Once the energy problem was solved, he would study kinematics. I'll go read him. I wonder how Anna's doing. What matter of beauty will she grow up to be? I'll stop writing here. I don't have much time left. I hope everything goes well. Keyword not located. Great. That was nothing. Wow. So much information for fucking... In the light of the formal and rigorous proof outlined above, I believe that the correct term for the situation is fortuna. It is an ancient Rumerian knowledge, a wisdom unparalleled. I never imagined that Rumerian ideas would be so similar to the computation graph that I have named the world formula. This is strong evidence. Human civilization is bound to lose its potential amid ongoing exploration and evolution. Humanity's decline is, in truth, unfolding at this very moment. To put it bluntly, ladies and gentlemen, the apocalypse draws near. This is not a hallucinatory babbling of some wandering monk from Sumeru. Rather, it is a logical deduction grounded in reason and natural philosophy. Please take a look at this diagram. Beneath the most hidden of all hidden, the number of cycles, that is, the number of higher particles, can now only be 4. No new world cycle can be generated due to reconstellation. In other words, the end of this current samsara is the end of infinite light. The sparks of civilization are all but extinguished. Unless we can consider introducing variables beyond the existing system, after all, the world is itself the external manifestation of a dream, and therefore, so world formula. Keyword world formula located. Oh. Can I still look at... Oh. I might as well. Ancient law. Oh my god, more fucking reading. Okay, my assigned system doesn't seem very reliable. Unlikely the power sources of the war machines can be used at the moment. Core is far too dangerous. I'll get them to seek out I'll get them to seek out other such mysterious machines. No progress worth reporting today, but now with on under my adoptive father's watchful eye to seek inspiration at sites where battles took place. Ran into Renee and Jacob. These systems doesn't seem very reliable. Cause some accidents, just another obstacle to overcome. This kind of machine seems to take arbitrarily external forms. Quite interesting. Research will focus on the power source. Research primary energies. Since the day off, asked for help. Recommended Renee and Jacob. Director of the Institute. Research prime energy machines. Assistant to the day off. On asked for help to join the Institute, but she wasn't interested. Asked on for help to join the Institute, but she wasn't interested. Researching prime energy machines. My assistant isn't back. I'll go pay a visit. Found Renee and Jacob's adoptive father with my own adoptive father's help. The supplementary prime energy machines have arrived. I should be able to make progress now. Assistant seems to be in good spirits, probably just a minor illness. Research prime energy machines. Renee and Jacob joined the Institute been assigned to my project. Field research today. Interesting machine status. Research prime energy machines. Researching prime energy machines. My adoptive father visited, but I was too busy to host him. Alan scolded me. I'll remember to apologize next time when I see him. Research prime energy machines. Assistant to the day off. On the threshold of a major breakthrough. Assistant to the day off. Too busy to visit. Alan scolded me. I'll go tomorrow. On the threshold of a major breakthrough. Forgot about the visit. I am sorry. We'll invite everyone to go with me. To the day off. Assistant to the day off with the visit. An idea. A virtual neural network based on vast quantity of thinking. Units instead of logic trees. Cameras. Research prime energy machines. Assistant to the day off. Research prime energy machines. Assistant to the day off. Research prime energy machines. Renee and Jacob went conducting neural research today. Assistant to the day off. A breakthrough. Pilot application to Application is too annoying. Forget it. Assistant's condition seems alright. Still a little worried. Considering to gap the medical technology, advise assistant to go to Sumeru. Took the day off. Researching machine schematics next. Making a materials list. Visit, visit, visit. They said a bigger lab is prepared for kinetics experiments, but I decided to move on from now. Cannot move from now. Visit, visit, visit. Been urged to move from the lab several times, but if the lab moved, my assistant might be able to find it. A pain. Visit, visit, visit. Move my lab. Keyword not located. Great. This is the last one. Irrelevant engineering blueprint. Keyword not located. Wow. Why the fuck is this so much fucking words? Okay, well we got what he came for. We got. Look at him hold the book. Aw. Bro, he like walks hella slow. Imagine he sprinted, bro. He'd be like a tank.
Let's see. This one is on Tonki's sermon dictation concerning the apocalypse. I believe that the correct term for this is Fortuna. This was an ancient Romorian technology, a wisdom unparalleled. I never imagined that Romorian ideas would be so similar to the diagram I have named, the World Formula. This is strong evidence that human civilization should gradually shed possibilities as it continues to explore and evolve. The end of humankind may well be upon us right now. The sparks of civilization shall run out, unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system.
Is this literally what I just read?
Variables. Surely that can only mean one thing. Descenders? Dottore likely captured the Traveler because of his descender status. But the Three Moons' authority comes from the world itself. Why would Dottore need anything beyond that? Where does this variable factor in? The world formula calculates the fate of an entire world. Introducing a variable would therefore give us...
It's Polonia's time to shine.
Polonia, search keyword pathway and bring me all relevant books.
There's gonna be 5 more things for me to fucking read. Wow. Okay, let's go left to right then. Follow Guillotine's instructions. The research went well. We've created a clockwork mecha that can release energy. To be honest, we no longer need to call a clockwork machine as it doesn't rely on elastic potential. It'll be compelling to see what results he achieves next in schematics. There's no way old-fashioned clockwork mecha could withstand such power output. Even young geniuses stumble now and then. The thought of using this sort of unstable energy source is impressive, though we have long observed these unique energies in Fontaine's atmosphere, water, and organisms. It has always been regarded as a latent threat, rather than potential resource. Aren't there a few young geniuses too many nowadays? The director is pleased, though won't spare someone a thought. As for us ordinary people, I mean, all of us are as simple-minded as Schuberus. It receives a very high rating. If the patent were to be granted, the potential financial gain would be considerable. However, I decided to decline the opportunity because the machine was practically all Guillotine's work, and I can take no credit there. My family was quite angry about it. But as an engineer, one must have little dignity and self-awareness. Still not making improvements in output and efficiency was increased. Since that have been specially recruited, that's good. Had the continued the line of research, who knows what the horrors he might have unleashed. At this stage, we have to pull out. The director says everyone will be given a position to research resources after reconstruction. But I'm afraid if it were me, I would use this as an excuse for a major shakeup. People like me won't get recalled anyways. Never mind, I've been pretty happy these past few days. I guess I'll consider it my retirement. I'll go to the city and open a small workshop repairing watches for folks. Cameras, too. Right, I'll see if I can make a waterproof clock. With the way things are going, I might make a killing in the future. Keyword knowledge. Great. Anyways, when it comes down to it, our research directions are different. So I applied for a new research lab with the director, but there's nothing for it anyway. Elaine is incredibly intelligent, but he only trusts himself and doesn't trust our observations or accomplishments unless he reaches the same conclusions through his own calculations. Well, it's okay. Since Elaine is making the world a better place in his own way, I trust him. Even though this is the world An lives in. Even though the Institute is full of people, I don't have many friends besides Carter. It feels like everyone kind of dislikes us. Rene managed to acquire something powerful to research. Apparently, these appeared after a disaster and are very dangerous for most people. But I feel okay. Maybe my constitution has gotten a lot better. I helped Rene out. When I visited him, I found out that he also attended around Disencroy's Institute. We didn't tell him about the vice director abandoning us, or it would have made him sad. If only we could have helped him, just like I was helped. After discussing with Rene, he finally agreed to give it a try. He said it's dangerous, everything needs to be clear to Carter. He said since it's dangerous, everything needs to be made clear to Carter, and he must make the judgment himself as he concerns his own life. But if it's successful, then he'll survive just like I did. You're not located. It seems the ordinary Dari machines can no longer satisfy him. As a result, the director used national resources to obtain something truly horrifying. Rumor has it that someone was nearly killed. I hope this will help him achieve his research objectives. They even got him some rare Dari mechanical parts being studied by Sumeru researchers as part of the package. Things went out of control for a third time. Guillotine might not be willing to risk his own life, but that doesn't mean the rest of us feel the same. I mean, Guillotine may be willing to risk his own life, but that doesn't mean the rest of us feel the same. I came with an emergency damage control strategy, and I hope we won't need to use it before he finishes his schematics research. However, given his personality, it seems unlikely he'll ever truly complete that research. It seems his experiments into machines were intended to create a mechanical dog as proof of his accomplishments in schematics and natural and material science. It's actually a good idea and could be showcased in the city. And the creature is much more personable and likable compared to the automated turret next door. But at least he lived long enough to be poached by the Marechaussee hunters. It wasn't easy for us to survive this long either. But what will we do with this blasted, crazy killing machine that can repair itself? Whatever, that's a problem for future generations. You're not located. Fundamentally, what the ancient orders designated as marriage was in essence an interpretation of ontologically distinct orphans. As you can see, it is a magic set in motion by the three particles above the kingdom, yet its metaphysical origin lies in the emanations of the four particles beneath the firmament. The alchemists of Conria are prone to disregard metaphysical sentiment and effect, pursuing instead of the gold of the ignorant within the material world. It is for this reason that the crude inquiry cannot be compared to the great undertaking we are to achieve today, one that is found upon ancient Rumerian theory. 3 pertains to the appearance, while 4 pertains to the intrinsic. 7 obtained through their overlap constitute the number of paths for vertical transcendence. We designate this process of overlap as marriage, for the union of the two through a meditating medium is akin to the matrimonial covenant for those bound in mutual love. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Deconstructing and reversing its side effects could generate new potential threats. Nevertheless, there is one thing everyone must keep in mind. Solve the first half of the equation and leave the second half unattacked. But you have all in the clear light, and some, though not all, in the dark. This is not because they possess any sanctity that renders them untouchable, but because they offer no benefit whatsoever to the world formula. Only mediocre minds, foolish beyond a certain measure, would actively seek to trespass upon such prohibitions, because in the eyes of the ignorant, taboo and precious are semantically identical. They fail to recognize that in most cases, taboo, like convention, lacks merit for deeper inquiry. Take heed. What we speak is the act of overlaying your dream upon the dream of gods, of overlaying your law, your will, and the starry sky. Upon ineffable sacrifices and despair, we do not speak of the falling emanations. To achieve ascension to the ranks of gods is a base dream doomed to perish within an eggshell. What I aim to teach you all is the principle of transcendence, the infinite expanse, and the innumerable stars within it. You, too, must act in this manner, unbound by any constraint. To choose division for the sake of convergence is the necessary path of marriage. At its core, magic is the science and art of effecting change through the consciousness. Marriage is an instrument through which the art is realized. It is neither the subject that creates art nor the object that art created upon. The subject is always and can only ever be consciousness itself. One who is free from the weakness of consciousness bows neither to the gods nor death. Keyword path is located. Okay, what's the last thing? About Golden True. Comparative studies have been conducted while on the surviving ruins of ancient orders from across the land. While they all have all different names, the scripts and images left behind support conclusions that they share the same origin. Ancient scholars believe that all arcane arts originated from a pre-Sumerian civilization, a belief that now seems to be much more than mere speculation. Fortuna, what seems to be the name of the symphony, Sumerian musicians call it the Musica Mundana, or the music of origin. In their eyes, the rise and fall of civilizations, as well as the fates of mortals, are all orchestrated by the movements of a symphony, and when a civilization perishes, a new one is always born in its wake. Their philosophical system is complex and enigmatic, bearing almost no relation to modern Fontaine's natural philosophy. However, this is hardly surprising according to historical records. After Meria was brought into ruins, the refugees fell under the Lochnate's Arenese's sway, and they willingly forsook their ancient faiths, tongues, and writings, embracing a life of devotion to the gods and our forebears once had. I hinted at a matter to the Golden Hunter in a black way, since the Martians I hunters who took pledged themselves to his cause were all the sins of the Lochnates, praising the benevolence of Areneus, seemed to be the safest approach, and inquired about his knowledge of natural philosophy from that era. He was silent for half a minute, then told me not to probe too deeply because those ancient philosophies, saying they were a reason they had been forgotten. Still, as a gesture of gratitude, the Golden Hunter was willing to tell me the names of these patterns. The seal of chemical marriage. According to him, this symbol is even older than the Romarian civilization himself, and was one of the gifts bestowed upon him by King Remus by the Golden Bee. What exactly were those remains? Remains unclear. The rise and fall of empires and civilizations, the ascensions of mortals and emanations of light. What is this? Even dreams of surpassing the gods. What is this? All of these can all be represented by this formula. I cannot understand it at all. He declined to elaborate, so I can only record these matters here, as they were told to me, in hopes that those who would come after might one day decipher their meaning. This looks like the Fatui emblem. Okay, we read everything. I like how he holds the book. It's not read. I give him the book. Oh my god. Too much reading.
Explications on the chemical marriage. These titles are pretty esoteric. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Deconstructing and reversing its effects could generate potential ideas. So, it's one of Renee's draft lectures. Deconstructing the pathway. I suppose that could lead to a breakthrough.
It's a different picture.
This is so long. This guy sure loves showing off his knowledge.
Is there more? I have to read more. Oh my fucking god, there's that table.
Search keyword tree model and bring me all relevant books.
No, I don't want to fucking read more. Oh. It's gonna be the green book. Oh my god, there's 3 pages of this. Holy fuck. I know I don't have to, but I have to do it for the sake of respecting the amount of fucking content there is. Oh god, I want that throat for this. The ocean gave birth to all, yet also devoured everything. Legend has it that in the first era, the earliest peoples were self-supporting in their virtue, needing no laws or authorities. The envoys of the heavenly city walked the earth, and their guidance, and the people enjoyed enduring peace, prosperity, and abundance from the ancient days. This heaven-blessed reign lasted countless generations until people grew tired of their inscrutable eternity. Their offspring ceased to listen to the oracles. Instead, they desired things never promised to them by the divine. Instead of breaking free from their fate, enraged by their behavior, heaven sent gigantic waves to smash the settler cities. 100 days of rain came afterward, and the warring tides drowned all sin in irrigation. And thus were the early peoples brought to an end. When the tide receded and the earth was revealed again, no cities or civilizations now stood above the high waters. Survivors and newborn alike lived amidst the forests and rivers, shorn of all knowledge and wisdom. Human lives were no different from those of wild animals on the earth or in the sea, driven on by the laws of nature, muddling through time with neither beginning nor end. Untold years passed. The throne of Gurabad was established and overturned in the far south, and the noble kindred of the east once reached the rim of the high waters, all while our ancestors remained unbound by ignorance and superstition. Civilization and order were finally restored to the land named Fontaine, the day the great King Remus ascended upon Merope and his golden fortuna. He taught people how to farm and raise crops in the land, and built temples and cities and giant rocks to house the people. More importantly, it was he who spread the beauty of music and art, which differentiated humans from other living things, causing them to see themselves as masters of all things. With his immortal fleet, Remus conquered all the islands on the high waters. Even the great dragon beneath the abyssal depths submitted to his power. Those were the best days since the end of the earliest peoples, and eternal prosperity seemed to be near at hand. The God King and his people indulged in the sweet dreams of carefree lives and fantasies of never-ending progress. However, the seers prophesied discord. The greatest empire would face the most utter destruction, and this is Fortuna. Thus did the God King derive the primordial plan from the 7-day rotation and the flowing winds of sea and land, and compose a harmonious symphony of prosperity. He believed that so long as all the cities echoed with the greatest of songs, they would escape judgment and fate, at last reach the land of eternal bliss. But thusly do the ancient writers concur. Oceans will rise and empires will fall, and the only constant is change. Greatness and glory unto Remeria and its immortal ruler Remus, king of all under heaven and universal Harmos. Today the glamour and luxury of the bygone eternal city is beyond imagination of even the most knowledgeable scholars. As you sailed past the ocean pillars along the royal fairway to the giant port playing hostily the Fortuna, the imperial ship, you would have seen a lofty tower. The Tower of Remeria was not built to receive heavenly oracles, but to guide ships traveling between islands in the high waters. It's said that the tower stood at the border of reality and dreams. Even if sailors were to be lured into the slumber by sirens, they could follow the sound of the bell to break through the mist and find their way into Remeria, continuing along the royal fairway leading to Macamos, where the brave Remerian soldiers lived. The grand temples and arenas were built with giant carved rocks to commemorate the city's glory and victory. The solid and towering walls are decorated with glazing gold. Bronze and marble statues arrayed the land, and gold, spices, and specialties from the world over piled up in the market. From the world over piled up in the markets. Traveling Macamos, you would arrive at Capitola in the center of Remeria, overflowing with delightful aromas and the most beautiful melodies. It was a paradise for artists, where only the most outstanding intellectuals and musicians were allowed. Even among them, however, was only a small fraction enjoyed the privilege of serving the God King. Here, all the theaters and palaces were established in shapes most harmonious, their beams and domes adorned with the most sumptuous and intricate carvings, and centered on a golden palace of towering copper pillars. The king, resting peacefully at the heart of the palace, listened closely to every melody and every note coming from the quarter of the empire. Upon hearing a discord, the God King would correct it immediately with a pluck of his strings, bring perfection to the symphony of his empire. To keep all people from the high water from destroying the symphony and the universal harmony, King Remus promoted 4 humans of great capability to high posts. He shared his power and authority with them, making them his partners in governance. The harmonists for all cities, to eliminate all discordant sounds, to spread the harmonious symphony throughout the world, he built far-reaching fairways, which convey the melodies as never-ending ripples of Capitolum to every corner that sat above the high waters. Yet fate's decree was not for even such as gods to defy, and to even attempt to escape distant judgment was a mortal sin. Among the God's King's sins was the most terrible was to attempt to pass power that should have been reserved for the godly domain to humans. Thus his power and status has led to corruption and decadence, causing violence and revolt. Such is fate's cunning, that it uses the very power to rebel against it to its own ends. When the day destined arrive, to its own ends. When the day of destiny arrived, Remeria, the king of immortal city, the grand immortal city, faded and never will end. Today, the God's King melody can only be played in Capitola, and this mighty reign has ended. Thusly, do the ancient writers concur, oceans will rise, embers will fall, only constant is change. Fuck. Humans in Arnavia once believed that the reign of the king and Remus entered his eternal city, served to pass time and fate to last thousands of years. Just like the giant rocks comprising the ring ritual sites, until that day when the earth collapsed all at once, the tall tower was uprooted and drowned in the titanic waves alongside the grey halls of pillars. Until that day when the royal fairways and temples were reduced into ruins, and the city along with its residents, warriors, intellectuals, nobles, and even the golden palace, as glamorous as the shining sun, fell into a chasm of eternal darkness. That was the moment the absurdity of their eternity finally dawned on them. Glory to our noble navigator, the ruler of rivers and seas, and the queen of all waters. May she defend... May she defend the law, and all her reign be gone. Peace be upon all the realms of Fontaine, and all the people under the heavens. When the royal city collapsed, the great power shattered, and the people above the high water were perished on the precipice of barbarism and annihilation. It was our noble queen who settled the conflicts between the tribes. Around the flowing springs we established cities new, and started a world guided by laws that has endured to this day. The tragedy of Meria occurred merely a legend a century ago, but its history has already become concealed in legends and superstitions. This does partly come down to the fatal catastrophe that had destroyed it. So ruthless and swift was the disaster that all researchers in literature capable of passing down said knowledge now sleep beneath the waters with the eternal city. Another key reason is the purposeful distortions created by the mysterious researchers who claim to be descendants of Rumeria. My job is to distract and reproduce the true essential shape of this magnificent ancient civilization with this universal rationality of history. In certain folklore that exists today, even the greatest of the ancient scholars have been painted as soul-stealing magisters who've been entrapped in mortal spirits within specialty made magical golems, binding them into service. To be sure, the Romarians did make such terrifying golems, to which to save may be found, ruined, and found out them wild. But this may only be blamed upon the moral degeneration that came upon them in the Romaria's latter days. Its people has forsaken their normal duties and embraced hedonism and debauchery, embracing the violence they inflicted on others, and thus they were violently destroyed. As the ancient writers concur, oceans will rise, embers fall, and the only constant is change. Keyword not located. Great. All that for fucking nothing. Chapter 7. The guillotine in his later years. No one can know the root cause of every incident in the world. Humans are neither wise enough to predict the future nor able to stop unfortunate accidents from occurring. It's a shame there's nothing more to say. Ellen Guillotine in response to a question about his early years from Nellie Crockman, a chief editor of the Steambird. After retiring from the Fontaine Research Institute, Guillotine declined all invitations from the Palme Mormodia and civic organizations from the court of Fontaine. Instead, he withdrew to the Barrel region countryside, living in near total isolation from society. Notwithstanding, not even prior to this, the reclusive old man had never formed any deep connections with others. If we were to take Madame Nellie Cochran at her word, then Elaine Guillotine was at heart a lonely shut-in, always burdened by a profound sense of insecurity. It was for this reason that he maintained a detached attitude towards others, as if by pretending to be unperceptive, he could hide the keen sensibility of his spirit. He could not ease his own pain, or share it with anyone. All he could do was enclose it like a pearl within the shell of his heart, shaping and polishing it with its very flesh and blood. Of course, Guillotine's students would not accept such claims, dismissing them as attention-seeking nonsense and nothing more than a smear on their master's reputation. This was the only reason why Roger Coates, the third director of the Fontaine Research Institute, filed a lawsuit against the Steambird. He never employed any servants to tend to his daily needs. There were rumors that in his youth he had created a mechanical device capable of independent thought, and had used it to assist him in his work with Mary Guillotine at the Marechaussee Phantom. As a result, he had no need for servants. He only needed to create more of the same device. However, such claims were clearly at odds with the facts. The personal effects that Guillotine left behind after his death include nothing of this nature. So so-called mechanical devices capable of independent thought are entirely inconsistent with the ideas he expressed in his manuscripts. As such, in hierarchical calculating machines and intelligence, the real question isn't whether machines can think, but whether humans can. Fontaine, Natural Philosophy and Engineering Science Press, 3rd edition, section 13, page 5. We have every reason to believe that whatever contraptions Guillotine crafts in his workshop in his later years were deliberately destroyed long ago. After all, it's hardly uncommon for an engineer to discard their designs. Popular fiction has offered many flights of fancy about these contraptions. Yet all such tales contradict the surviving evidence. Nevertheless, we must recognize that as a crucial symbol, Ellen Keating's posthumous work has been instrumental in stirring the imaginations of the young. A relevant mechanical blueprint. We're not located. Thank you. Thank God. Oh my. 3 pages. I know it's the green book. I know it is. But I have to fucking read this shit. Oh my God. I've been reading for straight for half an hour. This is a story from many years ago. I'm sorry. For the evening banquet, Miss Aviva, who today would be known as Lady Nanowin, was as always theoretically grousing to us about the all too swift march of science, though her grasp on engineering is even less firm than her knowledge of Watatsumi's island soil quantity, and of course she knows nothing about the latter either. But self-proclaimed interest in engineering was in vogue amongst some ladies and gentlemen at the same time. Our ancestors had already conquered this land thousands of years ago. She said she cleared her throat, twirling her jade plume and blue gem-encrusted folding fan, while endeavoring in vain to wear a visage of despondency. And a few hundred years ago, they conquered the oceans with ease using new diving equipment. Today, some noble young folk have suddenly got it in their heads to use a so-termed gravimeter to break free from the Earth's shackles and conquer the skies. And surely, I fear, their dream may yet become reality in the near future. Indeed, it is just as you say. Humans, what a great and mighty energetic species with such great wisdom. No matter the circumstances, humans should seek to change their living conditions with unimaginable passion. The Steambird editor immediately opened. In truth, when it comes to mechanical engineering and in theory, humanity is already on par with the Creator. And they have conquered most in the natural world, and by their will they can shape the world anew. And that's not what I meant to say, said Miss Aviva said with an affected sigh. Those distant and dark unknown continents, those ruins hidden deep beneath the seas, all that romantic exploration and trailblazing, such great achievements, that which has put the glorious achievements of their sciences and reasoning on full display. They have all but become lost to our civilization. Our forebears reached too high and achieved too much, leaving too little for us to explore or conquer. Could there be a sadder fate to befall those ladies and gentlemen amongst us who are born to crave the explorations of the unknown? Hear her pretentious invocation of the legendary King Argadai's words seemed an attempt to prone how truly the state of affairs hurt her. However, everyone simply sat around lazily, at most giving polite nods, letting L lightly yawn. Seeing how no one answered, Miss Aviva's enthusiasm faded, and she proceeded to switch the topic to next week's ball. This was evidently a more popular topic, and the stiff atmosphere once again grew lively. Monsieur Ratar was just about to regale us with a tale that he had heard in Sumeria regarding a tower, a mage, and a glass ball. But before he could begin, Mr. Sirik, who had remained silent until now, interrupted. Good, Miss Aviva. The things you said certainly left an impression on me. He lit a cigarette. However, you need not worry. There is still one space that is yet to be subdued by humanity. Indeed, if the required techniques do not emerge, I fear it will never be. What's that? Retard asked, with a sullen look on his face. He had been so confident about his monkey story after all. Time. The room fell silent momentarily before all present broke out into laughter. We're preposterous talk, Dr. Rainier declared, trying not to laugh. Firstly, how can time be considered a part of space? Can you separate yourself from time and exist independently in space alone? What do you mean? I mean, at this moment, still be speaking to me, and in the next disappear without a trace. Is this possible? He waited for a moment, as if waiting for others to think. Obviously, anyone with the capacity for rigorous thought would know for certain that much like strength, width, and height, time is also a dimension of space, and such it is a part of nature, and thus can be conquered. Utterly preposterous, the doctor muttered, but did not refute the statement. I've been involved in research of this sort for some time now, he continued, and I've come up with a machine that can allow people to travel through time as they please. This machine will be ready in 2 months at time. Miss Aviva, I invite you and all ladies and gentlemen present here into my workshop to bear witness to humanity's next great achievement, the conquest of time. Miss Aviva did not speak. In fact, from her expression, our noble friend did not understand Mr. Sirsik's words at all. "2 months later, the Steambird editor, Dr. Ravilo Oliver and others who had attended that evening banquet came to Cyril's workshop and agreed. Miss Aviva was not there, for she did not have much interest in such things, but found more meaning in attending a social ball at Salon Caritat. Surprisingly, Cyric had grown older and more frail in just 2 months. In the dim light of the lamp, his once enthusiastic and arrogant expression had hardened to something indifferent and solemn, almost like the ascetics of Sumeru. He welcomed us to take our seats, speaking in a calm tone. Well then, how is your plan to conquer time progressing? The steamer editor asked directly. Where is the time machine you spoke of? Cyric did not reply. Instead, he pointed to the desk next to him. Our gazes followed, and in the middle of that table was a gold-plated whale-shaped model airship, about the size of a small clock. Even a non-professional eye could readily discern that the model was of exquisite craftsmanship. Beneath its crystal-clear shell, an indistinguishable and formless color flowed ever so slowly, glowing faintly in the lampshade shadow. So, the doctor said, it took you 2 months to make this little toy that would amaze even Pot's artisans? It certainly looks like nothing special, Cyric said, inscrutable emotion shining in his eyes that could almost be called pity, but this is simply a projection of the object that was left at this moment. Just as one can only see a thin line when viewing paper from the side. Blithering nonsense. For some reason, Cyric did not refute that statement, merely asking us in a calm tone to hear him out concerning his time travel experience. We agreed, so he began to tell the story I shall relate now, without interruption from beginning to end. For all of you, it was 2 months ago when I first told you of the idea of a time machine. Similarly, it must have been a week ago when I finished constructing the said device and stepped into it, initiating the first instance of time travel in human history. The strange sensations that came over me as I traveled through time are beyond words, just as there are no words with which one can express the star's brightness upon a blind person. About 20 minutes after this, though, describing time travel by using subjective time is quite meaningless. The machine ceased operation, and I looked about me then and realized that I was in a Romarian imperial settlement. The grand temples and arenas carved of titanic stone would make the opera Epicles hang its head in shame, while the creations of a laying guillotine would be little more than a child's wind-up toy before the towering Romarian golems. Just as I was beside myself in awe, a few patrolling troops discovered me. Seeing my strange style of dress, they took me in to be a spy of the barbarian tribes. They seized me, naming me a lowly slave, a degenerate believer in a false god, and threatened to throw me into a deep cistern to feed the vipers. Fortunately, the local Adil, I later found out that her name was Idea Anavana, realized my identity was anything but ordinary. She had me sent before her. She endured my calamitous grammar and catastrophic accent. At that time, I could not even pronounce Rumeria, with it coming out something more akin to Emuia, while asking me many questions. While I answered truthfully, quickly she accepted the fact that I was from the future and showed me a stone slate that the slaves had recently darked out. The slate was a perfect square, each line and column and grid with 7 symmetrical sequences of symbols. These were not in Romarian script, but rather of characters we use today, regardless of the matter in which the text was read or the order or direction. The information within the text did not change. It was an elaborate riddle involving dogs, pastures, finches, the summer rains, and the son of the roses, Rishabolin's tiger shreds, and the ordered patterns of rocks. Despite my long-time love of wordplay games, this endless cycle of riddles made me terribly dizzy. For some reason, I knew that I must solve it, no matter the price. I spent half a year doing it alongside Idea. As it turned out, the key to deciphering it lay with the name of a slave now 30 years dead, with the answer to it. While the answer was a date set several hundred years after the Empire's fall, I bade Idea farewell and stepped back upon the time machine, forwarding myself to that date in hopes of finding the secret behind the stone slate. There I met several Marechaussee hunters. They showed me another stone slate, which again had 49 mirrored characters on it that formed another riddle. Again, the answer was a date, one set in the future, still further off. Following these stone slate directions, I crisscrossed the fabric of past and future, shuttling back and forth 13 times. Each stone slate's riddle was trickier than the last. One of them could only be cracked using a bad romance novel that would only be published 300 years hence. The 5th word of the 37th page of the book would form a conjugate with the full name of the 375th My Song Guardianage officer from 375 years ago. Another riddle cipher was based on a white flower that would only bloom several millennia in the future. I know not its name, and its pistil structure is still very strange indeed. It might be a mallow of some sort, but I cannot be sure. That flower is nourished by scarlet calls, and so one of the clues to its cipher was the number of ribs on a skylark during Rumerian times. I suppose that is generally speaking just how the riddles worked. The final stone slate came from the underground storeroom of a Basel Elton Memorial Museum. Had not but one number on it: 0. I do not know what I was thinking at that moment. After all, setting my destination to 0 is an utterly devoid of meaning. But I punched the number into my machine all the same and pulled the control lever. After who knows how long the machine stopped, I sensed that I was floating atop a sea of no waves or skies, for even the wind did not exist at that moment. The sky that loomed overhead was not blue, but a dark red adorned with countless stars, pale and distant, like a salt frost lining the shore. I stared at this very first of oceans, transfixed, and several minutes passed before I realized that there was something shadowy hidden beneath the placid surface. It was the Palais Marmonia, which should not be there. At that moment, I could hear someone call my name. Nevin Sarek, a voice called. I turned around and seemed to be looking. It was looking into a mirror. It was like looking into a mirror. A man identical to myself, looking me dead in the eye, just as I did with him. Nevin Sarek, he continued. You wish to conquer time. No one can do that. Was it you who left those riddles behind? It was you who left those riddles behind. He repeated my question as if it was an answer. Those riddles are a part of time, and every matching symbol is time itself. So the final answer to the riddle of time is 0. 0 is not an answer. Instead is another mystery for their answer that can be found in the riddle. He said, the answer to time's riddle is a mirror, or perhaps I should say that this is the answer that is simplest to comprehend. When two mirrors face each other, time is the infinite reflection of light therein. Countless diverging, converging, and parallel lights form the illusion we call time. There is no past or future, for the past is the future. As you stand here at moment 0 and look forward along the gap between the two mirrors, all beams of light fall along the same plane, and not one may escape. The Palais Marmonia has already sunk long before it was ever built, and the sunken Palais will be raised anew. Joy, sorrow, tears, and death must infinitely recur, for this is the nature of a mirror. Similarly, you could never conquer time, just as you can never grasp your shadow in your hand. Perhaps it was horror or a momentary frenzy, but when he finished, I whipped out the firearm I kept for self-defense, leveled it at his head, and pulled the trigger. The room was silent. I do not expect you to believe this, Sturik said as he stood up, his eyes sweeping the room. Just take it as a bunch of bunk that I made up as a cover-up for my inability to make a time machine. Make of it some lame tale, a dream born purely of delusion. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, I shall take my leave of you. My future self awaits a riddle I must set for him. I never saw Sarek Nevin again. All that for no keyword. Great Detective Herlock and the Alchemist of the Clockwork saying, oh my fuck. Chapter 6, so the story ends like this. Herlock sat down and lit his pipe. For the rest of us, whether it was Agent Gina, Miss Jacoba, or the Commissioner, Miss A. Chie looked at one another in confusion. You must remember that the locations of the 4 previous cases were equidistant. There were a symmetrical pattern between the time, space, and even the first letters of the 4 victims' names. Herlock said, this is also why Gina's seduction was completely off the mark. The murderer knew that she, possessing the basic knowledge of the mystic arts, would assume that the followers of the Lacrucis Ordo would treat the patient as a necessary ritual sacrifice, so the culprit let her believe that her assumption was entirely correct. But when Duke St. Germanis departed, he said that everything was beyond redemption, and the next case would also. Gina protested somewhat reluctantly. He's only a genius when it comes to mechanics, and everything else he's just an ordinary person. Herlock paused, then continued. He's always been the type to like things that he can fully understand. Just like you, Gina. Ah, I get it, Mr. Gilbert shouted suddenly. My dear Herlock, now everything's crystal clear. The 4th victim's death wasn't a carefully planned murder. It was pure coincidence. He only wanted to kill those 3 unfortunate gentlemen to avenge his comrades from the Lila Crucis Ordo. But the traps he set weren't limited to just those 3 locations. He was worried that the plan might fail, since the 3 victims were all well-protected figures, after all, so he added a few extra steps. Yet he never expected that, with Gina's interference, the plan would go so far more smoothly than intended. Mr. Shoba, please don't speak as if I were the accomplice. Miss Gina's face turned as red as a sunsieta as she protested indignantly. How adorable. Indeed, Harlock said calmly. It was unclear whether he meant that Mr. Jacoba's deductions were most correct, or that ancient Gino is indeed an accomplice. Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Lila Crucis Ordo were built based on a simple, basic tree model logical structures. They do not recognize their own masters, following only the commands they were initially given. So they end up killing said masters. This is why I kept saying, don't put too much trust in Clockwork Mecha. Unlike humans, machines have no heart. I remained silent, as usual, but Mr. Koba glanced at me with what seemed like a hint of puzzlement. What's wrong? Why are you standing there in silence? Is there something in your mind? No, I didn't expect the truth to be so simple. Of course my understanding of Clockwork Mecha cannot compare to that of the Duke Saint Germanus, but I've done a bit of research to suggest that those mechanisms were merely activated by Miss Marcello's mishandling seemed a bit too contrived, but to imply that there was another mastermind behind it all felt like stretching onto the territory of conspiracy theories. After all, no one besides us could have pulled off the operation I envisioned. So I decided to abandon further speculation, choosing instead to enjoy the reactions of the adorable Agent Gina. This is why you don't understand deduction. Agent Gina seemed to have regained her confidence, not to mention her mild sense of superiority over me. Excitedly, she raised a finger. Isn't there a saying that goes something like, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however. Stop right there. That's Phantom something Moss Rob something story. We don't have the publishing rights from their publisher. Harlock took another drag of his pipe. He seemed to be lost in thought once more. Regardless, this case came to a abrupt close. A person who did not manage to witness the end, a person who did not manage to achieve his ideals, a person who indulged in fairy tales, who dreamt of following the hero he admired, yet never saw his dream fulfilled. Someone who had everything, someone who had lost everything, someone who had woke up, someone who would never wake again, instinting in sacrifice, unflinching in farewell, undaunted by pain. Yet in the end, the sacrifices remained only sacrifices. The partings only remained partings. Clocks tick through tranquil years. Fish swim in crystalline springs. No matter how grand a dream is, it will fade away like this. Forlorn, wordless, silent. And after that, keyword tree model located. Great, we got the green book. Because that's literally how it worked. It was fucking blue, red, and green. Great. Now I give it to her. After I read everything out loud for a fucking hour.
Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Lilia Crucis Ordo are built based on the simple and basic logical structure of a tree model. Lilia Crucis. Guess they were trying to cover up the name of the Nod-Krai Ordo? When Duke St. Germanus departed, he said, "It seems that there's no going back." Alas, he is only a genius when it comes to machines. In all other things, he is but ordinary. Excuse me? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. What kind of book is this?
I don't know, I'm the robot. I just got this.
The Alchemist and the Clockwork Saint? Isn't this a novel? Come on.
Oh, I gave her a novel? I didn't read the title.
The author swears that they knew Renee well. Whatever. I guess it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Renee would say nonsense like that on occasion. Memory, wishes, souls, and persona.
Persona.
Frankly, this sounds more like occultism, but if Albedo vouches for it, I suppose there must be some alchemical basis to these techniques. The way Alain Guillotin saw it,
What's
the world was
Guillotin?
comprised of machines. The universe needed machines, and thus his technologies were created. That's why I was born. Renee, his full name was Rene de Petrichor, if I recall correctly. Sounds like he and the town must be intricately connected. That place was also the source of most of our information regarding Remurian civilization. Seems like some of his projects were based on their technology. The cutting of souls and storing them in vessels. These seemingly unrelated techniques underpinned Renee's research. Assuming that the four orthants correspond to alchemical categories. The chemical marriage model? Alain would have scoffed at that. He never would have let those theories or parameters anywhere near his mathematical formulas.
What am I supposed to gain from this? That's literally the different book.
What was Alain's view on Renee? I know he mentioned the name, albeit very rarely.
That's literally the picture of the book that I didn't even give her.
Oh, now I remember. Alain's old notes are here too. They mentioned Renee once. Renee seemed most out of sorts when he spoke to me. A lack of sweet foods has dulled his mind, I should think. Either way, his words are not to be believed. Yep, that sounds like Alain. My subordinates actually did a half-decent job digging out all these materials. Makes a change. Good for them. Some of Alain's old files are completely consistent with these records. He must have gotten them from the Tower of Gestalt. I never knew he got his hands on Renee's records that early. He may have kept them, but he never even attempted to use them. Didn't believe a word they said. Come to think of it, Renee's world formula was filled with calculations of constants. That shows he believed that the fate of the world to be predetermined. As for Alain... it's been too long. I forget what he said. What would he have said? A guy like him, fervent believer in machines, but not headstrong enough. The world can be changed. It is worth persevering. Yes, that's how he used to think at least. He created that procedure to save this world. Yet the scale of the world's fate proved too enormous. The result was beyond his ability to calculate. He died having never seen the outcome. And there I was, left behind in the ashes of his dreams. Did you really never take a close look at Renee's research? Or did you read it, but deem his philosophy incompatible with your model?
What?
The very thought of trying to incorporate his ideas probably made you feel sick to the stomach. Well, don't worry, because there's a whole new category of lunatic in town. Next to Dottore, every other madman looks sane. You once asked me what I wished for. Should have asked him instead. He's the one pining for things you'd sooner die than witness.
Well, the music cut out.
Even the tiniest variable can make big waves in the present. Now then, allow me to put these incompatible fragments together in your stead. First, establish and verify the existence of the Great Circle. Absolute nihil on one end, absolute reality on the other. Now, search between these two extremes. Then, the construction criteria. Variables. The sparks of civilization shall run out unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Input variables. Traverse the world, space-time, and civilization. Then extract the essential nodes from the records to determine which variables they point to. The primordial power that differentiated itself from the void. The power of light. Yes, light. Records. Hyperborea.
I'm not following with this at all.
So horrendously complicated. After all that, I'm still missing a few variables. I need to think this through again. How do you think it looks, Polonia? Like the frenzied scrawlings of a madwoman?
He didn't say anything. You didn't give him a mouth to speak.
Fine, keep it to yourself. It's not like you can talk anyway. I'll assume you gave it a passing grade.
He said it looks like shit.
I jest. But true madness does often start with trying to save the world. What would Arlecchino and Columbina think if they saw this incomprehensible hen scratch? They'd probably have me institutionalized. So would Rosaline. She's been dead for a while now.
Dead for like 5 years.
When I close my eyes and think back, I can still see her face. And that enormous dress she used to wear. Such a bizarre choice. What possessed her? Oh, and the clack-clack of those heels used to drive me insane. No one's asking me, obviously, but I hope you all know that I never wanted to save the world. I'm not crazy. I don't have delusional ambitions, and that's a clinical fact. The world needs a solution, but I don't need the world's validation. It's the world begging me for answers, not the other way around.
No. Oh. Tea time. Oh, tea time. Fire. Where the fuck is tea time? Tea time. Let's fucking go. Tea time. Prepare tea. Take out the refreshments. Prepare tea. What is this for? Why am I here? Plate refreshments. Those look like fortune cookies. Yo, I brought you tea and fortune cookies.
Oh, cookies to go with the tea. Let's see. They must be from that person who brought those documents. I see they're from Hotel de Boer. Something's written on the box. We are proud to present this homage to the Fortress of Meropede's fun-filled meal collection system. Fortune cookies. Have a lucky start to your day. Sounds like a dumb gimmick to me. Be early to bed and early to rise. Get plenty of sun and drink plenty of water. Then things will surely go well for you.
She crumples the paper and throws it in the trash.
What? Are you kidding me? Somehow I doubt that an early night and a glass of water is magically gonna save a world on the brink of existential peril.
Escort the evacuees to Snezhnaya. Wow, that was so productive. I'm so glad I read all of that just to be given fortune cookies and the entire scene like that.
Word has reached us that Lady Marionette's troops are all in position. They are ready to act as soon as the order is given.
Excellent.
The only thing is, they are fewer in number than we expected. It looks like many of them must have lost their lives at the hand of the monsters released by the Doctor.
Can't be helped. Allow them to join our ranks and keep in contact.
As you wish.
Oh, we get to play as Arlecchino now. Wow. Meet up with Child. Wait, he's here? The fuck? Okay, so I can't talk to any of these people.
It's been a while, Arlecchino. You look well.
I'm surprised he's here.
Did Dottore really have to build his lab right on the sole path between Snezhnaya and Nod-Krai? Had to go on a huge detour to stay out of its line of sight.
Sounds like an arduous journey. I assume you've brought word from Her Majesty?
Of course, all part of the job. Firstly, the Tsaritsa has authorized Fatui Internal Affairs to review Dottore's case. They will reach a formal verdict on whether he has turned traitor and whether he poses a threat to Snezhnaya. While they're working on that, I've been ordered to come and receive the refugees from Nod-Krai.
They are nearby. My team will escort you to them shortly.
Great. Aside from that, Her Majesty has a message for you and Sandrone personally. Huh? Where is Sandrone?
She stayed behind to work since I was making the trip anyway. It seemed sensible to have one person on standby at base while the other came out to meet you.
Alright, guess that's just how she rolls. In that case, tell her that the Tsaritsa's decree this time is pretty awesome sounding. I think she'll like this one.
Awesome
Still,
sounding.
I wonder what... Wait, what's that? Did one of our troops turn into a monster?
Take him out.
Oh my god, I have 2 DPSs on the same fucking team. Wow. Wow, wow. Surely it's not gonna be such a...
You can run, but you can't hide.
I can't even check his build. I can't even check his build.
This is where you fall. Laid bare.
You've gotten stronger, Arlecchino. Nice.
Stop that right now. I appreciate the praise, but I am not fighting you today.
I knew it.
I forgot. I have Bond of Life, so this doesn't work either way.
Yeah. I can't believe it. He was a living, breathing human one moment, and the next...
A monster.
Another fine piece of work by our dear colleague, I'm afraid.
What in the world has been going on in Nod-Krai?
A lot. But long story short, Dottore stole 2 moon marrows that should have belonged to Columbina, then built a 3rd moon marrow of his own to concentrate the Tri-Lunar Authority in his hands.
What? What do you mean he built a moon marrow? People build roads and houses, not moon marrows. What's his next DIY project? He's gonna build a god?
Yes.
You could stand to be less surprised. We are harbingers. The work we are engaged in makes the creation of gods seem mundane by comparison. I tell everyone who asks that you once crossed swords with Rex Lapis while serving as a key supporter for Rosaline's plan. But right now, you're acting like a common adventurer.
Thanks for speaking up for me. Those 2 really took me for a ride back then. Then again, surely no common adventurer would manage to get tangled up with them the way I did. That's gotta count in my favor, right?
It almost sounds like you wish to repeat the experience. I might have to lower my opinion of you.
No. I'll stop talking. Please, go on.
Dottore is currently still experimenting with his newfound power in ways that continue to corrode the outside world. As for the human mutation, I believe this is simply a consequence of his experiments, and not a strategic move. That radiant beast was once a subordinate of Sandrone's. I suspect he was only allowed to live so that he could become an experimental subject. Also, those of us who fought Dottore have been afflicted with a curse. As such, I cannot leave Nod-Krai.
This is so much worse than I thought. No wonder Her Majesty's decree is so extreme. While these exceptional circumstances persist, the Harbingers are hereby authorized to use unilateral executive powers. Should Dottore pose a threat, Arlecchino and Sandrone are permitted to eliminate him.
My thanks to Her Majesty. I will pass these good tidings on to Sandrone.
Her Majesty has also declared that she will refrain from launching an attack on the now evacuated Nod-Krai due to the presence of unretrieved research material.
A wise decision.
By the way, how's my old partner doing? I'm assuming they're with you?
Oh no, he's gone.
Partner? You mean the Traveler?
Yeah, we've only talked to him like
I
once.
have bad news. He was captured after our failed assault in Dottore's lab. His whereabouts are currently unknown.
What? Why? Since when does Dottore have a bone to pick with him?
That is indeed the question. I'm not sure he does. He must have some other goal in mind.
This won't do. I have to rescue him.
You can't. We have no idea where the Traveler is.
He doesn't even have orders to do so.
What am I supposed to do then? Stand here twiddling my thumbs?
Sandrone is working on it. The best thing you can do right now is complete your mission.
Fine. I guess I'll leave this to you then.
One last thing. Tell the Rooster to get the message out to the gods and citizens of every nation in Teyvat. Beware. An uncontrollable pollution is spreading forth from Nod-Krai. The source of that pollution is a madman drunk on the success of his experiments. The Fatui and our allies will endeavor to contain the threat. However, if Nod-Krai falls, things are likely to escalate. Considering Dottore is one of our own, all Fatui stationed in Nod-Krai consider it our duty to stay and fight him to the bitter end. Whatever the cost.
Hey, don't be too pessimistic. If it comes to it, I'm sure Her Majesty won't stand by and do nothing.
I hope you're right.
I wish we got to like see what she kind of looked like. Ah yes, the giant ball. What's next? I'm gonna look at Albedo's perspective. Or is this still Arlecchino's perspective? I think it's still oh.
You're right on time.
Thanks. Hey, do you think I'll get that gliding exam exemption?
That's the least of your problems.
I made sure I was on my best behavior in Mondstadt. I landed well outside the city and walked in through the gates.
I'll help you apply, don't worry. For now, let's see what we have here.
He's worried about his exam. He doesn't see the giant
The
ball.
doctor's energy fields even made from? The usual attract and repel principles that govern Kuvaki don't seem to apply to them.
They are very mysterious, but ultimately, they appear to be comprised of energies from the 3 realms. Thanks to research by Master and the Hexen Circle, we know that Tevat's 7 elements are derived from the more primordial power of the Light Realm, which is antagonistic with the power of the Void Realm. Since you have the power of the Dragon Durin within you, I'm sure you can already tell that this energy field contains no abyssal energy.
That's true. It's not abyssal energy. It's something pure, wild, and untamed.
I've been thinking about something. Do you still remember the device that Dory supplied from the Academia when you and Miss Columbina fought Rarier? That was one of the most marvelous feats of ingenuity I've ever seen. The design, the craftsmanship, the material selection. I couldn't fault any of it. Not to mention the operating principles. Surely the most ingenious feature of all. Dory didn't go into detail on how it functions, but I have a working theory. The clue was that Miss Columbina was somehow able to use the pyro energy that you provided, despite the fact that, as a moon goddess, she should only be able to use light realm energy in principle. Now, all elemental energy is, of course, derived from light realm energy to begin with. Hence, I suspect that the device works by restoring elemental energy to its original state. This presumes a theoretical model of the 7 elements akin to that of light refracted through a prism. Perhaps it is no mere analogy. Maybe there is indeed a prism in this model. I almost wonder if the idea for the device was conceived based on direct observations of said prism. It would explain how such an ironclad design concept was achieved. It is at once a masterwork of engineering and a groundbreaking application of the Academia's latest elemental theories. I suspect only Lesser Lord Kusanali herself could have devised such an ambitious technology. But back to the energy field before us. If this is pure light realm energy, its relation to elemental energy is one of integration versus division. Or you could say that the former contains the latter.
Or I have not been paying attention.
That elemental energy can dilute the power of the light realm.
Should we give it a try?
We should.
Crystallization.
It works!
I didn't... What's the difference?
Clear signs of disruption were detected at the periphery of the energy field. This indicates that elemental energy can disturb or even negate the field. Now you try.
Alright, here goes. It's working!
Switch to abyssal energy and attack again. No surprises there. Abyssal power drains the energy field to a significantly greater extent. I now feel confident in asserting that the energy field is indeed pure light realm energy, and that elemental energy can dilute it.
But the energy field is huge. How much elemental energy will it take to neutralize it?
We don't have to neutralize it completely. We can try other approaches.
Like digging into the
That's all for
ground.
theory. Would you like to continue watching?
Is this Wanderer?
So you knew I was here.
Fucking knew it.
Huh? When did you get here?
A while ago. But Albedo sounded like he was working on his thesis defense back there. Back in Sumeru. You can end a person's whole career by interrupting them mid-speech.
Very thoughtful of you. I'm truly touched. Could I ask you to lend me a hand?
With what?
A little test. Try using Animo to unleash a concentrated assault with circular blades, with the goal of breaking through at a singular point.
Nice! This time it tore through the field.
Tremendous. This is a major breakthrough.
Should we go through?
No, you don't know what's
We
inside.
probably shouldn't risk having mutually antagonistic energies in such close proximity. Durin, you stay here and watch the entrance. Hat Guy and I will go in to investigate.
Sounds sensible to me. Keep your eyes peeled, Durin.
Don't worry, I got this. You two be careful in there. Just give me the signal if you need help, and I'll dive right in.
What do you mean, signal?
It's based on a new alchemical concoction I developed last month. When 2 bottles of it are smashed on the ground together, they emit a blinding burst of light. If it comes to that, remember to shield your eyes with your hat.
Glad I asked. Thanks for the heads
Be
up.
sure to use your hat specifically. Is this a team of only Albedo and Water? You know what? I'm gonna like I want to take a break here. I probably will finish at like, yeah, you know what? Fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with rewatching just this cutscene later because I'm not gonna like change. But I want to like, I kind of have stuff to do and want to take a break. I'm sorry that I was just reading like a huge amount, but that's what I want to do. I don't want to take so much time of just doing this. End it with a poll because we love gambling. We got Columbina because I lost my 50-50. We know who cares. We don't care about official. I don't even know why the fuck we have official.
You can call me Columbina, or Kutar, or Moon Goddess. Whatever you prefer. I'm used to having many names. The moon's blessing is yours, whenever you might find yourself in need.
Let's go! I was hoping to get double 5-star, but we got Columbina. Let's fucking go! We'll finish that later. Ooh, wait, ooh. Ooh. What's good for her? She derives from max HP, right? Maybe this will probably be really good. That could be good for Columbina, but I need like her signature. This is her best set. But sick, we got Columbina. Let's fucking go. Now we can do other reactions and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do that now. We're going to try to get her weapon, and then if I get her weapon, I'll try to get a Nefa, because the Nefa is supposedly the best Nod-Krai support in the fucking game. We don't need, I know. Columbina, let's fucking go.
I will follow where you lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back tonight to do the rest of Act 7, and then tomorrow I'll do Act 8. So, because I wasted too much time reading, and it kind of sucks that I wasted all that time, but I have to respect the commitment of this game. So, yeah, I guess that's really nice to end on. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you tonight, maybe, to finish this part, and to finish at least Act 7, and then Act 8 is when we do the boss to go through, and hopefully we can beat it.